Check 1 2. Check 1 2. Can you hear me, Shogun?
I can hear you.
He can hear us, folks.
Oh my goodness.
How wonderful is that?
Never gonna hear enough of you.
I'm just ready. Oh, I forgot to switch the transition.
All right, it doesn't matter. They got a preview.
It was the WavePunk transition.
They can be privy to the inside knowledge.
It can be okay. It's not that bad. So I hate that every time I have to look over here, I'm like facing away from the camera. Hello, camera. I feel like I'm very much over here in the corner.
I don't care about them enough to look that way. There we are.
This is a little bit better.
This is a teeny bit better. Okay, you are a little bit too happy for me right now.
I just like this song. This is just a great song.
I've turned my body inwards very slightly, so people don't have to look at my back all the time.
Let's see if this works.
Yes, it's kind of... Wait.
It's working.
What are you doing?
It's working.
What is what? Oh.
It's working.
Oh, really? The worst streamer in all of Rocket League.
Oh, the worst streamer in Rocket League. It's okay.
The worst Gfinity caster out of all of them.
We've got to give him some love and support.
Oh, wait, no, this isn't Stumpy.
Got him. Got him. Good,
yeah,
folks.
boy. I love you, Stumpy.
This is the greatest show, folks. Welcome to the play-by-play with WavePunk and Shogun. If you're tuning into the podcast, we just put something up on our TV. That's why you're confused as to what we were talking about.
Yep.
We'll let you guess as to who we think the worst streaming caster in Rocket League is. Or maybe we said it and I've already forgotten.
I think you've already streamed today, buddy.
Oh, got me good.
I'm in one of those moods right now.
He's in one of those moods. I like that mood. That's a good mood.
It's a great mood.
I do not like that I have to keep showing the entire stream the back of my neck. And why is that's not the next song? That's The Dope Show. You want to hear The Dope Show by Marilyn Manson?
Yes.
That's pretty funny. Where is the playlist? Here's the playlist. Play me this stuff. And phone, please stop talking to me. There we go. All right. So, people.
Yes.
Today's schedule, as you can see over on that part of the screen
behind me.
I was really hoping it would just like pull up the schedule immediately. It's on a cycle with some advertisements, as you can see.
If I like lean back a little bit, it looks like I'm like plugged in to the advertisements.
just the ads are feeding you the information. There it is. Also, folks, you can go and vote for the best play in Rocket League at twitch.tv/rocket_dailies.
That's like the slowest I've ever seen something start to blow up.
Yeah, I'm like
weird.
Every time I watch his stream though, I'm like, this is a cool thing.
Yeah.
I don't see many communities doing this sort of thing. We should do this. This should be more of a thing. Why is this not more of a thing?
How rich he really is.
How rich he really is. Yeah. I mean, he just takes a $25. Well, I guess it's. Oh
yeah,
man, it's
25.
It's like a $175 pay cut every week.
Yeah.
This is what that turns into.
But he gets to entertain. I mean, it looks like he loves it. Did you see it the other day where it was like 4 hours for round 1?
Yeah, no, he loves doing the show. Apparently,
I don't care about anything enough to do 4 hours of it.
I am putting in my Discord to people that the play-by-play is live. But Shogun,
yes,
the big thing that happened this week,
the big boom, as they might call it.
The big thing that happened was something that didn't happen. Okay.
Yeah. Ooh, I like this.
You see, because RLCS was supposed to happen and then it didn't. So that was the big problem. The RLCS power outage. I've given my stream maybe 15 versions of the story as to what happened.
Okay. Yeah.
All of which I have to admit are fallacious. They are at least in some way lies. Some of them had some truth. Okay. Here's the thing. For those of you who watched the video, I want you to put in chat right now which of the things I said I ate, I actually ate. Because some of them were actually true.
Wait, that's a weird thing to lie about.
Oh, it was, every time I made up the story, I'd be like, so I was just sitting in the back room eating, and I'd make up a new food.
Oh, okay.
But one of them was actually the food we ate that day. And I want to see if any of the chat paid attention enough and actually figured out what it was. But I've told them sort of loosely my story a little bit.
Yes.
They've gotten vague pictures of it. I have not heard
they've
your
heard the
story.
backstage story.
Yes, I have not heard your story. You were casting when this happened. Yes. So tell me what happened from your perspective.
All right. So we're obviously mid-series. It's me and Quinn going through, and Fnatic, they've just won their first match. They're building up momentum. Guys, remember this weekend Fnatic need to win at least 2 games in their series against Envy just to stay alive in the tournament. And we just come towards it. We're doing what we usually do, which is break stuff down, you know, get ready for the next game. And I'm literally about to go into it, and all I hear is rattle a little bit, and everything goes dark. Now, my first thought at the time is, Quinn, what the fuck did you touch? He's looking terrified. The boys at the desk are still over there. Axel, Toss, Gibbs, and Cuppet. They hadn't moved. I've sort of told Gibbs just to stay still, just so I can just go, "Yo, is this right?" Partway through a series,
Yeah.
so he can confirm before I say something stupid. Like that's gonna stop me. And everything just goes down. At which point we're just going, "All right, so the stream's definitely off." So I just turn around to Quinn and just go, "I shit myself."
And that was the moment they're like, wait, it was just a glitch. We're all back live, and that went to air.
To be fair, it'd be funny. I would be happily on that compilation.
Yeah, that would be a great esports fails compilation, because the fail isn't you. The fail is what happened,
Yes.
and then you're just kind of saying what everybody else was saying.
Yeah. It was sort of funny because Rob came out, who's our producer. Wait, no, he's
Director. I think.
Yeah,
he's the
director.
Yeah.
These are all words that they
Sure.
use.
Director and producer are like, which are you? Do you tell the person to press the buttons, or you just say kind of what you want to have happen? You know.
And he just sort of comes out and just says, "Look, it could be up at any second, or it could just not come up."
Yeah.
We don't know what's happening, so me and Quinn are just parked down for a little while, figuring out what, because if it does come back up, it's coming over to me and Quinn.
Yeah.
So I'm sat there just going, right, as a play-by-play, I have to basically explain what just happened. So I'm running through stuff with Rob, just saying this, that, or the other. Ended up not mattering.
Yeah.
We did not come back up for the rest of the day, but we did get to play with a dog. Bayamax is adorable.
I always forget this breed. It's the breed that Beethoven is in the movie Beethoven. He's they carry the
Saint Bernard.
Saint Bernard. Yes, he is a Saint Bernard, I believe. And he's
that is a dog that if he moves down to the other end of the studio, that is a life choice he just made. That is worthy of recognition.
He's a Saint Bernard. He's literally a bear.
So he actually went outside with us whilst we were just chilling and goes over to one of the potted plants and just starts sniffing. I'm just like, if you start eating this, I need to stop you, but I don't know how.
Yeah, no, I don't want to get between a bear and his meal.
I mean, what am I gonna do? I could literally. I'm a strong guy, but I ain't doing nothing to that dog.
Yeah,
that is a big old puppy.
He was big. So you probably all saw Gibbs' tweet about the demon dog, which was super funny. I was there when he took the picture. I'm like, this picture's not going to turn out well, and it did. It just immediately flashed the eyes straight back in his face. Yeah, from my perspective, the truth was I was actually not eating food when it happened, but we immediately ate food during the break.
Yes.
And all of your guesses were wrong. It was the turkey meatloaf. That was what we actually had for lunch.
That was so good.
It was very good.
It's the best thing they do.
I like the chicken when they bring the chicken, like the grilled chicken. That's probably my favorite one.
The worst things are always when we're working on a broadcast and they decide, okay, these guys, they are wearing suits. They're wearing white shirts. Let's...
Spaghetti.
Spaghetti. We had that... It's always like when we had like gravy with whatever, like I like gravy, but for the love of God, no liquids, please keep it all solid.
No, I was sitting back in the conference room that they have the game up on TVs, and we have all of our laptops set up so we can get rewards, because that's how that works. And I'm just sitting back there. I think I have a cookie at this point, and I'm just watching the game on the monitor, and then literally you hear it. Well, I didn't hear the explosion. What I heard was just a pew like that.
I heard an explosion.
Yeah, no, I know everyone else heard an explosion, but all I heard was this like, it just was the sound of powering down. You know, it was like everything went black, and it went pew, and I was like, that's not a good sound. I was like, legitimately, I was like, oh wow, the show's off the air. Like that, I knew instantly that was happening. I didn't even think about the fact that maybe my half of the building was on a different power breaker than the rest of the studio or something.
Yeah.
But the moment I walk out and people start suddenly like coming out of the studio doors, being like, oh shit, the power's out over here too. And I was like, oh, it could have been, but it's definitely not. It's definitely out across the entire building.
It's everywhere. Like the entire block. And if you guys call it, went down.
Yeah, and the thing you guys probably don't know, the studio that produces RLCS also produces other shows. And at the time, there was a Shadowverse show happening at the same time, produced in the same studio. And I know the talent on this show. They've come and hung out of the house a few times and stuff like that. They're all cool guys. And one of them walks out, and he's like, dude, what if when the power comes back up, we just like got on each other's shows? What if we just switch shows just to mess with people? Like, it'd be so much fun.
I don't think the problem is I don't think there's any crossover between that viewership.
No, between Rocket League and Shadowverse. I mean, like, there's just people like esports or people like video games.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've been getting into card games a lot. I've been enjoying Hearthstone recently. Had some fun with that yesterday. But Yeah. No, I know nothing. I know nothing about the Weeb Hearthstone.
I would
that is
love
Shadowverse.
I would love just the Weeb Hearthstone. I would love just to cast any game that I have no idea about, just to see how it would go.
That would be fun. Yeah, just like it's like have you seen the British guy who commentates baseball, but he doesn't know anything about baseball?
Yes.
All he knows about is cricket. Yeah, exactly.
I tried doing one for chess. That was some of the most fun I've ever had. I have no idea what's happening.
Yeah.
I know what the moves can be.
Yeah.
That is about as far as I've got.
Yeah.
I want to do a Magic the Gathering tournament.
That'd be funny. I feel like I would struggle. The thing with Magic is the whole mana thing.
That's the main thing I want to go into.
Yeah, like the lands, like the fact that it doesn't manage itself. That's every time I played Magic. There was one day I played Magic. I played it for 12 hours. I played like 2 different draft tournaments. Hung out with my friends, watched them play and stuff, and I like learned a lot about it. The first draft tournament was with friends, where they were like the person across the table was actually Rob, the director of the show, and he was like coaching me through like here's how to play. He's a longtime Magic player, was helping me beat him, which was actually kind of funny. I did win one game, and then the next one we went out to like actually a card shop, and I played against someone who was a Magic the Gathering player. And I told him like, hey, just want to let you know it's my first day playing. I'm probably gonna make a lot of mistakes. As you're probably gonna win, but just like bear with me. And the amount of times I was like, I'm gonna do this, and he's like, you can't do that. I'm like, why? He's like, because you're all tapped out. And I was like, oh, forgot about that.
You're all
Dang
tapped
it.
out. Bitch, this in MMA.
Yeah, no, it's like in Hearthstone, I just drive the card. It's like, you can't do that. And it's like, oh, thanks. And like also, I look at the crystals. The crystals, when they're gone, it's gone. But it's
See,
like
there's
cards turned, they don't gray themselves out or something.
There's that thought in your head as well, because Hearthstone isn't lying to you. Hearthstone is
Yeah.
programmed a certain way. That guy across the table,
He could be
fucking with you.
He could be. It's like
He
you're
could
all
be
tapped
fucking
out. I
you
just looked
so
down. I was like, I
hard.
swear that this one's still up, but I guess it's not because he said it wasn't. Yeah,
I think you need to go and have a word with that guy.
That's
you
right.
You need to see if that was all true, because I feel like you've been robbed here.
He was much. I was not good at drafting either, so I think the only game I won was like that match was one I won by default.
That's a good way to win.
Like it was like I had like a buy.
That's how I get through my Rocket League tournaments.
Yeah, it was. I had one game that was close, but then I definitely did not win against an actual person. So that was fun, but yeah, no, card games are definitely different. And it was fun. The other thing, going back to the power outage thing, back to the main topic, how like both crews just came out and like mingled together, and we just all just kind of like stood around and talked. The interesting thing for me was, like I've worked in production before. I've worked with equipment like that before, and I knew it would take a while for the equipment to like boot back up once we got the power back. I didn't realize it would take like an hour. So when I saw that the power was out, I was like, oh well, that's a bad thing. Hopefully we can get the show back up and running. It didn't even cross my mind that we're done for the day. Didn't even like the production dudes walked out and they're like, this is over. Like this has been cool. Hopefully we get to do the show again at some point. But like no, for today we're all gonna go home.
The production side was really funny because they were turning around to us and just saying, you imagine this sort of thing happening and you're thinking, oh, I'll be panicked and whatnot. They just turn around and just go, so it has happened, and there is bugger all we can do about it. So there's nothing really to get too worried about.
That was the fun thing. Was watching those were the two dynamics. There was either the people who were freaking out and were like, "What's happened?
Management.
How do we
mostly.
figure this out?" Yes, yeah, like the people, like the people who were about to have to send emails to clients about why their product is not on the air.
Yeah, he's not wrong.
You better than nah.
He is not wrong.
Nah.
Are you ready for another All-European final?
Next stream.
To be honest, all right. So my net at my place has been like really poor.
I can't deal
over
with
the
these,
last week.
Can't deal with these lies.
And if my internet at home was as bad as my internet in America, I'd be just as bad as you guys.
The internet actually to my house has been pretty bad before, but the last week or so, it's been nice. It's been very like
you salty boy, you.
Oh yeah, but I put on the best streamer America's got to offer here. Tim the Tack Man. Yeah, no, I think I've dropped a total of like 200 frames in the last like 3 streams, which is amazing for me. The internet's actually gotten a lot better. But anyways, what were we talking about? Streamer. Oh, yeah, there were the people who were like so confused. And then there was the people like myself who just kind of walked out and was just like watching them run around. I'm just like, the moment it went down, I pulled my phone. I'm like, I must tweet. This is my moment to shine.
That was basically everyone. You got it ahead of it
because I wasn't on air.
Yeah.
So I just immediately pulled my phone, like power just went. I'm like, people need to know. And there was some people afterwards were like, maybe you should have waited for an official statement. And my brain is like, this isn't like, I'm not saying something about sponsors. I'm not saying something about a league ops decision. I'm not saying anything that I'm saying about an act of God that happened in the geographical location I'm in. that happened to impact something
Yes.
you were watching, right? The statement that the power went out is true, and then I clarified it with like in the whole block. It's not even like a decision we made. Something happened. And did you actually see the tweet about what actually happened at the power plant?
I saw like a graph of the map.
Oh, okay, no. So there was the like Burbank Power finally like actually kind of put out a statement. Let me see if I can find. Did I not retweet it? Am I silly?
You are a little bit silly.
Where is it? Oh dear, it looks like maybe I didn't, which would make me really sad. because I was like I meant to retweet it so I could bring it up to you. Anyways, the tweet basically amounted to some crows decided to sit on the wrong portion of the power plant and put out power to not just us, not just a block of studios, but also Burbank Airport. So the poor people there.
Yeah, that's the first thing I was thinking of just, okay, that must have been a right cack your pants sort of moment.
Yeah, for real.
Damn, everything's going. That actually turned into the rest of the day, though.
Yeah.
We're not professional. Let's put it like that, because it turned into, okay, it's all out. This is bad for the show. Like, we don't feel great about it because we want Rocket League to be able to stay on schedule and be available for everyone to watch. But as soon as we knew we could do nothing about it, it turned into a game of who can get the most followers.
Who can get the most followers? Who can get the most jokes?
I got so many,
dude. I was checking our social plays. Like we all got at least 100 followers.
Yeah.
Because it was like all 80,000 people who were watching. It was like 70,000 people who were watching RLCS. Were like, what happened? Twitter.
Yes.
And then they're like, who would know? The casters. Just following all of us.
See, I only break out the follow my Twitter in really opportune moments. That was an opportune moment. Also, it's amazing.
Hold on.
What?
Who hosted?
I don't know.
Did we get a host?
Did we get? Well, it's you.
We have 117 viewers right now.
There was no.
Did you
host.
people just show up?
Yeah, there was no host. I told you this from the very WavePunk.
There was not a host. Though.
WavePunk, feel free to just shit me out weekly. Okay, I see where this is going. I will make your stream for you.
I see where this is going.
A thank you would go so far, WavePunk.
Appreciate it. Thanks for the lift. that's what you're getting here.
Okay,
folks. If you're enjoying the channel, we got a bunch of people following too. All you people are lovely, so we're having a good time. The talk show's doing well. That's great.
That is good.
That was a weird. Like we had been sitting at like 50, and I looked over and it said 138. I'm like, what? So.
Yeah,
anyways.
You see, chat's already saying they're all here for me.
They're all here for Shogun. Of course, that's fine. I appreciate it. I appreciate you guys being here. Anyways, what was the other? I had one other thing I wanted to. Oh yeah. So we were talking about like became a race of like followers and stuff.
Yes.
My brain was like, I live here. I can go home and stream. My stream setup is here. And my highest, like up until this point, the best I had done a few times on my stream over the last 2 months or so, we've hit about 100 viewers, and we've kind of like hovered at 100, and then we've fallen off. This stream, I booted it up within 25 minutes. We were at 200 people watching the stream, which was mind blowing. And it was like this. So I was like, RLCS crashing was awful for RLCS. And bad for Rocket League in general, maybe.
Yes.
But it was great for me. Like, I got a bunch of follows, and I got, like, there was, because so many people. There was, C. Waddle was in chat earlier saying, like, I came on to try and find RLCS. RLCS was down. Then that's when I found your stream. Like, that's their people. And he subbed earlier, too.
I was spamming messages to Stumpy and Cole.
Yeah.
Just going, get your stream up.
Yes.
And I just say I'm feeding you info, because we've got nothing over here.
Trust me, you want to be streaming right now. I was surprised at how few people stream too.
I was
Freaky
shocked.
was the only like professional gamer who decided to stream, and he like his usual peak is like 120, 200. He was at like 580. Like,
of course he was,
because he's the only pro streaming. Like,
why is it so not obvious to people of just going, oh hey,
yeah,
there's 70,000
who are looking for something to watch right now,
and I guarantee you, if you message someone and just be like, yo, could you give us a host very quickly? Just like, we need just send your people somewhere. I'm sure you could have got it.
Yeah.
But no one really seems to have that mindset of, okay, I'll give it its due. No one's an opportunist in our group.
Well, and I don't think if any of the pros had streamed like, yo, you're not live, like Rocket League host me. I don't think they would have done it, because it would have just like, it would have, especially not before they made the public statement of like, we're done for the day, you know, because they don't want to like make, like, that would just indicate that they more information than they wanted. And at that point, I don't know how many people were actually in chat. But the thing about Rocket League is like, there's literally 24/7. There are people in the chat just talking about stuff because it's such a big channel. So, yeah.
When's it up? Exclamation point rewards at Wednesday. I guarantee. I'm gonna check.
You gonna check?
I shouldn't have said it aloud because someone on your stream.
Someone's gonna go over there.
Okay. It's
Run fast. While he's pulling that up, I'm just gonna give a shout out to Scrubster Knackers Wadabahugo.
That is a great name.
Knackers.
Knackers is a great.
Papa Smurf, Chill Dude, Frying Pan Joe, Supersonic, PR Roasted, Viewer Video, Vasquez, Full Boost, Dr. Z, Dagger, Potion for Thought. That's a good username too. A1 Salamander. Man, he's the best salamander. For the follows, and then Seawaddle for the 100 bits. Thank you guys for supporting the stream and the Play-by-Play podcast.
Hey.
It's a lovely time.
There's so many people in this Rocket League chat.
And if you're really enjoying the show, folks, be sure to go on over and hop on into the Discord. It's a cool place, ! Discord. You can get involved in the Play-by-Play channel over there if you want to have any suggestions for what we can change with the show. Only about 3 more episodes of the show before Shogun has to head back home to the lovely other part of the
United
pond,
Kingdoms.
back to the Redcoat land.
There are multiple kingdoms that we have united.
For sure. You are the kingdoms. Get involved in the Discord, folks. It's always a good way to do all sorts of things. Is there anyone in chat?
No, actually.
No? Okay.
I'm bitterly disappointed.
Is there anyone on the viewer list? Who's on the viewer list?
What? For the Rocket League
For
one?
Rocket League, yeah.
Oh, God. Okay. There's a lot here.
There's a lot? Okay.
There's a lot.
There's a lot of people just lurking.
1 to 3 PM, 130 Rogue, 47 MC, 5 XR, 8 Deku. All right, you can kind of see where this is going.
You
here.
haven't even gotten out of the numbers yet. You're
I
not
have
even
not.
into the alphabet
All right,
yet.
let's go to the alphabet, shall we? Outage Sausage, Add Strands. I'm not even going to rap god this
You
because
know-
I'll say something I don't want to.
This we don't need to give. We don't need to give shout outs to
All of
lurkers
those people.
right now.
I hope this reaches you somehow.
All those people, it'll blow their mind that they made it out of the podcast. His Z1, thank you so much for the follow as well. Folks, we're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, we're going to have more of Shogun's America, his horror stories, his love stories.
Oh, it's bad this week.
He's going to tell us a story about the first time he consumed sugar. I don't know. I'm making stuff up, folks. Stick around. You won't want to miss
I
it.
think I got such a round head.
And we're back, folks.
And we're going to transition.
Uh-huh.
Right now.
Oh. It's kind of silly that the wipe is the same as the brake plate, but, you know,
Yeah.
things that we can improve on. I made them all.
There are bigger things that we could have worried about.
Yes, it's
But to have something that small, that's much better.
honestly not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
So, anyways, Shogun's America. American Shogun. The first thing I want you to do on this episode is to try some of this lovely brisk lemon iced tea.
So I need you to confirm something to me right now.
Okay.
They no longer sponsor us.
I don't actually know. I mean, I haven't seen their logo on anything.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Because I don't... Let's try.
You're consuming their product on a show. I think
Yeah.
that, like, even if you were to say you didn't like it, I don't think it would matter.
I'm not like... We don't have anything like this.
Is this bottle that hard to open?
Huh? No, I got slippy hands.
Oh, okay.
I have like...
Slippy
I
hands.
have like baby hands, okay?
Dude,
Yes. So soft.
feel them so soft.
That's a man that hasn't worked properly ever. It's not awful, actually.
No, it's not.
It's not something I necessarily have all the time.
Yeah. No, it's very potent.
Yeah.
It's
if
very
If
sweet.
it was there, I would definitely have... It tastes an awful lot like the Gus's
Yes.
thing.
It's in that direction. Gus's sweet tea is also
Yeah.
on this end of sweet
Which
tea.
is also like I would just not touch unless it's the one-off occasion.
I think you might have just taken a smaller sip than Lawler took the first time he took a sip on.
No, there was enough there. Dre, do you want a bigger gulp?
Yeah,
like
just fill up that mouth. Go swish it around, brush your teeth with it.
Oh, dude, no. Okay, I will join the Great British Book of Great Smiles.
Lol.
Chipped teeth and everything. That's good.
Yeah, and this is the lemon variant. So this
Yeah.
is brisk
How-
iced tea with lemon.
How many of these are there?
There are many. There's like I think there's at least 7 different flavors down at 7-Eleven. They no longer sell the watermelon lemonade, which we were promoting back in season 3. But we do have a bottle of that in the house. It's sitting on our shelf.
Oh, okay.
Because yeah, that's
You see,
it's-
there's an
it's
awful lot of
commemorative.
these out there. There's also a lot of Pop-Tart flavors. Like,
yes.
Every single time I go into I haven't tried any of them.
Really?
Trying to be good here, dude.
No, this is America.
Also, I'm not much of a breakfast guy.
Okay.
Outside of when you take me to southern places, at which point I'm very like I either will eat next to nothing for breakfast, or I would eat all of it for breakfast because it's just greasy and lovely.
We should go. Have you ever had chicken and waffles?
No.
Okay, that's one
Is
thing
that
we
next
should-
on the list? Is
That's something we should do this week. Go find because there's a good place down. I'm trying to think of The thing is, the only thing it's next to is other food places.
Oh.
So it's not like we could go to like a show and the meal. It's like we can go to like a meal and then another meal. You know. So we can figure it out. So what stories do you have for us?
All right. So my problems with America started very quickly.
Yes.
Country music.
Okay.
What is wrong with you? Why is it garbage?
It's fun. It's funny because so are you referring to the time we went to lunch last week?
I'm talking in general because after you played me that, I went out of my way to find some.
not your thing.
No.
So it's funny because what I played for you. So for those of you who didn't follow the escapades on Twitter last week, we went to lunch after the last play-by-play. I forget everywhere we went. We went to Ike's. Went to Ike's for Sandwich Shop, which I kind of want to go to again this week.
That was really good.
I don't know if you're feeling that, but I'm really feeling Ike's today. And on the way back, I played him some bluegrass, which if you haven't ever listened to bluegrass before, it's not country music, okay? Let me be clear. Country music is a different thing. Country is like rock blended with bluegrass, okay?
I'm so happy for you.
But bluegrass, so I'm just wanting to clarify to you that what you're calling country music is not in fact country music.
Oh, really?
It's different.
Oh,
I don't know if you would like country music more.
Why would I care?
I don't know if you'd like either of them.
What you played to me was horrific.
It was amazing.
You made me want to go home, Wave.
It is maybe the most American sound I could have played to you. So I could, if there's any way to make you feel more like a foreigner, maybe I can't think of it. That's
I didn't feel welcome.
Yeah,
I felt very unwelcome.
That's surprising because the thing about bluegrass to me, the thing I like about bluegrass is that it is very jubilant music. That it's almost there is no negative feeling, and maybe in some cases it's almost it's like hokey to the point, that friend we all have that's like just too happy all the time, and you're like, how?
No, actually.
I feel like maybe British people don't have that friend. Do you have a friend who is too happy all the time?
No, we purge them.
We purge them on purge night.
There might have been one that was like too happy all the time, but he. Actually, that's the Assassin 96, who was my real life mate Joe. He was the guy that I played battle cards with all the time.
Wait, his name is Joe.
Joe Barrow.
Okay, so my example of this, and this is for the record, I love this person, and I don't necessarily, this whole like you're too happy all the time thing isn't something I necessarily resonate with. I generally like the people who are really happy all the time, but I've had other people be like, this guy's too much. Do you remember season 3? Or season 3, Awesome Joey.
Yes.
Whose name is also Joe, apparently.
Yes.
He is a perpetually happy person. People, I would like be out with him and people would be like, so is this guy like on crack or something like that? And it's like, no, he's literally the strongest thing I've ever seen the guy drink is a Monster. Like the guy, or a Red Bull. Like he does not do drugs. He does not do alcohol. He's just a genuinely positive person. Yeah. And when people are like, I'm sad about the world, and he walks in and be like, hi guys, the rainbow's out today, did you see it? And they're like, please go away.
Yeah,
this is too much. I can't deal with how excited you are.
Yeah, like there was some times during that weekend where I was just not pleased with how some things were going. He did not help. Do you know who's actually the worst for it?
Really? Who?
Cool Cole 93.
Really?
Because Cole is he's a neutral most of the time, but he has a really annoying tendency where if you go down, so say we're doing like a 24-hour stream, and you are 18 hours in and you're starting to get a little bit tired and you're not talking as much. Cole sees this, he goes the other way. Okay. And he makes you feel bad. So imagine like you're being tired and whatnot. He would just turn around and just go, Wave, come on, dude, come on. You got people watching us. Come on, dude. Yeah. No, but it's 18 hours out of a 24-hour stream. Why would you ever try and sleep? Yeah. Like, you blink, he blames you for sleeping on the job.
That's funny. I mean, it's a good mentality to have. I think it's interesting. You're talking about, like, he, like, balances. He's like, if you're quiet, so if you're, like, being really loud, will he be really quiet? Or does he kind of, like, ramp up with you?
No. He stays neutral, but the moment you go down, he goes up.
Okay.
And it just because he keeps going up, you just keep going,
interesting.
Like, no one tired is going to listen to that and just go, you know what, he's right.
Yeah.
I need to bring it back up. Everyone's just going to keep going that way.
Yeah.
So he becomes more and more obnoxious.
Lol. It's funny because I definitely have a tendency to fill in the social space that I feel, you know. So if someone is just dominating the room, if there's two people in a conversation that are really going at it, I'll just sit and listen and maybe chime in once or twice, you know. But if the conversation is very light, I'll be the one being like, so what do you think about this? So I think about that, and I'll try to balance. I want the conversation to stay at a specific level. Like I have this like intuitive sense of like, this is what I want the conversation to be at. If it's not there, I bring it up to it. And if it's above it, I try to counterbalance it by going underneath it.
You see, I'm weird on that sense because I will usually, in like a one-on-one setting, I'll bounce back and forth a lot. But it's probably for a lack of like talking in groups.
Sure.
But the moment we enter a group, I either am not talking at all or I am the center of attention. Remember the old RLC TeamSpeak?
Yes.
Like I would go in there and it would just be me and Badger the entire time, just ripping on people.
Yeah.
Or I just wouldn't talk at all because I have nothing really to add.
Yeah.
It really did depend on where I felt at the time. However, I see what you've done here. Country music is still garbage.
Oh,
you tried to move it away.
Oh, I see. He doesn't like the country music. So here's my defense of country music. Okay. So the thing is, like, and you will be happy to know that a great deal of America 100% agrees with you. There's a good portion of America, especially
well done, America,
especially on the coasts and the metropolitan areas. There's a lot of people that don't like country music. And our co-caster Lawler loves to bash on country music. It's the one type of music he hates to talk about.
He's got an opinion on something. Yes, I don't believe you.
He does not like country music. And my thing about country music is that it is probably the most listened to genre in America for a very specific reason, because the backbone of America, the middle of America, where there's nothing big happening, all there is cornfields and wheat fields and cattle and chickens, which is our the things where we make our primary export, the steel mills and all these things. Those people do not find a sense of pride in individuality. Here in LA, it's all about who are you, and if you're nobody, then no one cares about you. It's all about how you as a person stand out amongst the crowd. Where in the core of America, the flyover states, it's all about how you fit in to the bigger system. Their identity is as a whole. They find pride and pleasure through and a sense of accomplishment through what they do as a group. It's all about teams. It's all about unity. It's all about community. And you feel comfortable when you're just doing what everybody else does and when you're just being effective at the thing that people of your category. If you're a boy from 18 to 35 years old, you're just supposed to be a hard-working man who works 9 to 5, lifting things or cattle or whatever. If you're a girl, you're supposed to be, making the home feel like a nice place and hopefully finding a husband. And if you're an old man, you're supposed to be helping raise the next generation and giving them your wisdom and stuff. And it's very like the gender roles in like that. So much of our culture, so much of the world is kind of moving away from, is not just living and breathing there. It's glorified, and the people who like it, the people who live there, love it. And like you'll talk to. I mean, I can pull up country songs written by women who it's all about like, oh, I'm gonna be that woman he comes home to, and I can't wait to just see the smile on his face when I cook him an apple pie or whatever. And like they wrote those songs about themselves, and that's their life goal, and that's what they want to do, And it's not like they are being forced to do that. That is their life. And when your entire culture and way of worldview has to do with fitting into a group, fitting into a larger group, the music you listen to becomes very homogenous and is all about the same stuff. It's all about, man, we just like to go out with the boys on a Friday night and pop open a cold one on the back of a truck bed and make a ring and then put it around the fire and dance with some girls. Like that's what we do. And they like, and listening to music that says we all do this thing as a group is what unites that group of people that have if you don't take any pride in just being one of 10,000 wheat farmers, but you do take pride in how much fucking wheat your state puts out, So like it's this, the music is there to unite these people that don't have anything personally to live for, but do find pride as a whole. So the music comes out being very, very unified and boring though. And if you don't relate to those things, you're not going to like the music at all.
Nope. That is probably the major thing about it. There is no personality to any country music at all. It is very generic to me.
Sure.
You've heard one, and guess what? The next one is the exact bloody same, because everyone's the exact bloody same over there. Not a fan.
Yeah.
Not a fan.
If it's not your thing, then it's not your thing. That's okay. It's just, it does have a place and a purpose, and there's a reason it's so big. It's because there's so many people that need that sort of unifying thing, you know? So, it doesn't have to be. Did you have any other complaints about America?
No, I'm going to follow up my complaint with a compliment.
Okay.
A good old shogi compliment.
Okay.
Yeah, your stream ended, by the way.
Aw. The stream is not... Our stream is not ending, by the way.
No. We should put our own stream up there. It's the best thing going on right now in Twitch.
It would eventually start to compound, I believe.
What, so we can keep it going? Yo, that'd be sick.
It would kind of infinitely go.
That'd be sick.
We could try it. Why not? I'll put up my own. What's your other story?
My compliment is for Taco Bell.
Really? What?
Gibbs, like, Axel Toss showed me some of it whilst I was over here doing some streaming. But Gibbs and Lawler, oh, that's so much better. All right, Future Shogun, you're the man. I'll wait for him up there. He's going to tell me. That was so good. Gibbs and Lawler took me to a local Taco Bell.
Okay.
And it was phenomenal. That's the best tasting fast food. Oh, that's my boy right there. Sorry, that's the best tasting food I've ever had.
Man, for real? Taco Bell's the best fast food you've had?
Yes. That was
sick. Okay, what are you comparing Taco Bell to?
Panda Express.
Okay.
Where have I? We've got Mickey D's in the UK.
I guess Del Taco.
Yeah, Del Taco. I mean, that's mostly.
Are you comparing this to the British fast food or to the American fast food you've had?
Compared to everything I've had.
Everything. Have you been to Chick-fil-A yet?
That sounds like a no.
That sounds like a no. Okay, so Chick-fil-A. What was the other one? Chicken and waffles. So we're all about chicken.
Yes.
On the things we need to get you to accomplish before you leave. Man, it's interesting because in the South, Mexican Tex-Mex fast food is significantly more prolific. There's more places than just Taco Bell and Del Taco, which are the only places out here. So you have Taco Bueno, you have Taco Casa. There's a few, and then a lot of one-off sort of places. Personally, Taco Bell's maybe my least favorite.
Okay.
But that's just I'm also a little bit I don't like the sauces they put on things. It feels the most fast foody of them all.
It is very fast foody.
Yeah, where a lot of the fast food places it's fast because you had all the ingredients made, but they just throw all the ingredients into a tortilla and then wrap it up and hand it to you.
I felt bad the moment I finished eating, but I felt real good when I was eating.
Man, Taco Bell. That I don't know if you could have said a more American thing than Taco Bell's the best fast food you've ever had.
Well, it was pretty good.
Yeah.
See, from what I heard, because I've been speaking to Stumpy, is that Britain and America are currently doing exchanges of our best food places.
Okay.
Because we've now got Taco Bell and Krispy Kreme starting to pop up in the UK.
Okay. Whilst
you will remember from Washington, you guys are getting Nando's. I feel like that's a fair trade.
I think is Nando's your best fast food place?
No, definitely not. But
so here's the thing.
But it's the most convenient.
What we're doing is what we usually do, okay?
Yes.
What the UK and America and generally allies do, we're giving each other all our second best thing.
Yeah.
We're here, I'll let you have the second best American fast food, but the best thing is definitely staying over here, and you got to come over here to get it.
Yeah, I would agree with that very slightly, but Nando's is not something that you ever turn around, you wake up in the morning and just go, I need Nando's today.
Yeah.
What happens is that you get towards the end of a work day and you realize there is a Nando's as often as there is a Starbucks. And it is the most convenient food for you to get that is not deep fried.
Yeah. It's one of those places you don't choose to go to, you just end up at.
It's very much one of those places we've got one just outside the Gfinity Arena.
Yeah.
So we'll just finish Gfinity and we just go, all right, we want to eat somewhere. I can't be asked looking around London for something. But there is a Nando's literally about 50 meters that way. Let's just go to the Nando's. We'll just chill out, us, the casters, all the players.
Yeah.
And just see how it goes.
Yeah. That's pretty... It's cool. It's cool that's becoming more worldwide. That is crossing the pond there, I guess. That we're getting different ways to prepare the same stuff.
Yes.
It is funny that it's like Chick-fil-A is a chicken place. They produce chicken nuggets and chicken sandwiches. That's about it.
Yeah.
Chicken salads. But the way that they season their chicken is unique, so it's got a market.
The one thing that's definitely unique to the US is the sandwich shops.
Really? You guys don't have sandwich shops?
Not as pronounced.
Okay.
A lot of it is more specialist.
So what is the primary form factor for a lunch meal? For a fast, like, easy to hold in your hand on the go sort of lunch meal.
So we actually have something called the meal deal.
Okay.
In the UK. And because everywhere you can find like a Tesco and Asda, these regular food shops, you can go in there, you can get yourself a sandwich, packet of crisps, chips for you guys, and a drink for £3, which is about $4.30.
That's pretty good.
Over here.
Yeah.
And that is your lunch. Like, that's what people take into work with them. That's what people take into school with them.
Wait, and so what was the entree again? Like the primary thing you eat?
You can get, so it usually varies, but the main thing is usually a sandwich.
Okay.
Very basic, usually.
Okay. So it is still sandwiches, but it's not like the massive variety of...
No, it's like mass-produced.
Yeah, okay.
So it's not designed to taste great.
Are they made that day?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So at least they're fresh.
Yeah, not great tasting,
yeah.
but it's food, and it's usually decent-ish.
Yeah. The thing I will say about sandwiches, especially like cold cut sandwiches, is I almost never feel bad after eating a cold cut sandwich, you know?
No.
It's hot. It's hot like pasty things. Like a Taco Bell quesadilla with like whatever sauce they put in it and the cheese and then the like weirdly seasoned hot meat. Those are the things that make my whole digestive tract feel awful afterwards. It's like cold cut sandwiches, generally I almost always feel pretty good after.
Yeah, I would definitely agree. Whenever I've had, like, if I have one of those in a day, I'm not like looking at my calorie count and just going, oh boy, I've blown it.
Yeah, yeah.
It's always a case of, you know what, that's about as neutral as I could have possibly gone.
Sure.
With what I'm eating.
So the one thing you've freaked out about a few times over here that has always cracked me up is our drink policy at restaurants.
Oh, God. All right. Have we ever actually told this story?
I don't think we know.
About the first time I found out.
No, I don't think so.
So this is probably the best I've ever played something that I'm learning live at the time.
Okay.
This is the first weekend that I joined the RLCS, so November 2016, I believe that was. And we just got finished with everything, so we went over to Sharky's.
Okay, yes.
I remember this one very well. All sat down, and I was just drinking my Sprite, finished it, and then I turn up around and just go, okay, I'm going to go and order another one. At which point, Gibbs and Carpet look at me and just go, order another one? You can just go and get it.
Yeah.
And I just look at him and just go, you can get free refills?
Yeah.
Over in the United States?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, dude. And at which point, I stand up, just go, ladies and gentlemen, I'm about to go and express my freedom.
Welcome to America.
Welcome to America.
You can have as much Sprite as you want.
Ah, that was terrifying. I did not... Because you sort of come over to the States, especially for me coming over. I'm partially, doing all this stuff, but I'm also a tourist at the same time because it's all new to me.
Sure.
This is probably the least touristy I've ever been during any of these seasons because it's not all completely new.
Yeah, yeah.
So the first season, a weekend and a bit, I was sort of a little bit of exploring. There wasn't really too much for me to do there because I was terrified. But season 3 was a case of I was there for 6 weeks. I had no one really around to stop me, and I have all of these places nearby.
Yeah.
I put on a lot of weight.
Yeah.
I came out of season 3 weighing 102 kg.
Man.
Which is a lot if we do 2.16 pounds per kg, which you can imagine is pretty high up there. I've come into this season weighing 93 and a half.
Okay.
I checked my weight around Carpet. This was after having something to eat. I was still 93 and a half. So considering that was like a whole day of eating, whenever I usually weigh myself, it's in the morning when you've got nothing in your stomach. I said I've actually gone down in weight this season, which is
metabolism's
pretty
holding on.
sick.
That's pretty good.
Oh, metabolism's been awful. I came out, so Monday, I didn't eat anything.
At all?
At all. For some reason, I just felt really bad.
Okay.
So I popped down to Vons and just got like a bunch of fruit drinks.
Yeah.
So I could get some sort of calories in my system.
Yeah.
But I couldn't eat anything solid. And then yesterday I had 2 bits of sushi. So I haven't ate actually in like 2 days.
We're gonna go get some sandwiches and it'll be good.
I'll eat like half. I'm still not feeling that hungry.
I'm sorry,
but
man.
I'll eat like half of it. I'll probably like to take a bite and just go, oh my god, my body needs this.
I forgot what food was like.
So I'll probably drop like another pound or so over this week.
It's funny, your statement about like how mind blowing it was to get free refills. Also, it is reflected in my free drinks, free refills is a big part of why I enjoy going out to eat. Is just being able to also just having like fountain beverages are probably my favorite form factor, like versus like, you know, the little bottles you can take or like a can. Fountains to me are probably my favorite type of soda. And so any restaurant that has like a bad, like their cups are like small or like not very fun to drink out of if they're like weird paper cup or something like that that's just like unpleasant, or if I have to go up to the counter to get them to refill it. Like those two things are like huge. I might love the food, but like if it's either of those two things, I'll just be like, I just don't like their drink policy. So
I actually got burnt on this. I was about to start heading into that sort of direction again where I wasn't taking too much care of myself.
Yeah.
Because usually I've been just going to these fast food places I'll change it during the weekends because we're working. I don't really care as much. But during the week, I went down to the local, bloody hell, what the hell do you even call it? Chipotle. There we are.
Sure, yeah.
And I got a fountain drink from there. And it was the flattest thing I've ever drunk. I was just like, you know what? Actually, I'm glad about that. That way that's now ingrained in my head as an experience.
Yeah.
And I won't go and do it again.
Yeah.
Which means I can stay.
Wait, so you went to Chipotle and just got a drink?
No, I got something to eat with it.
Okay. Yeah.
Dude, I'm not standing in that line for just a drink.
I don't know. There's that's so. I don't. Do you have gas station culture at all in the UK?
Define gas station culture.
Okay, so it's not as big out here. You haven't. I don't know if you've actually experienced what I would call American gas station culture. In the South, gas stations are also convenience stores. Sort of like the 7-Eleven. Imagine that 7-Eleven about 4 times as big. Okay, so like put 3 of them together. That's how big the convenience store is, with massive like amounts of places to gas up your car. Like 18-wheelers can fill up at these gas stations. They have stations for them, and they'll be every few miles or so. Is these sorts of gas stations that are big for you can go and buy all sorts of different things, and they also have a massive drink fountain. That's like, imagine the thing you have you see at Chipotle or Ike's or something like that, where it's like 8-ish drinks, like 4 more times. That's how many drinks are at this thing. And not all of them are sodas. Some of them are flavors that you like go get your Coke and then you go to the vanilla flavor and you put some vanilla flavoring in your Coke or your Sprite or whatever you want it to be. And they have like all these different cups. They'll also have a whole bunch of like slushy machines for like different sort of like frozen Coke or whatever like that. And it takes up like an entire wall. Then on the other wall they'll have hot drinks, like different sorts of coffees or cappuccinos or hot chocolate or whatever, macchiatos. And then in the middle will be like donuts and sandwiches or something like that. And it's crazy to me when I take somebody who's like from out here, where like gas stations are just whatever, and I take them to a Quick Trip or a Racetrack, which are the 2 primary chains down there, and they walk in, they're like, this is the biggest gas station I've ever seen, and I'm like, this is a small one. Like it's crazy how, because everything's so spread out in the South, everyone is in their car going everywhere, and the highway is primary. Like if you're not getting on the highway to go somewhere, man, you're going somewhere really close. Yeah. The gas stations have become a fundamental part of like the community, and like I've been in like when the community my parents' house is in, it was a big deal when they got a Quick Trip in the town. Like it's interesting.
We don't have anything like that. Not even close. We have a couple of stores. If you're down on the motorway for like miles and miles and miles, like maybe every hour or so, you'll get to like this massive gas station, petrol station, which will also have like a attached on mall sort of thing. Which just got all different food area, like proper sit down. Here's your McDonald's. Here's for some reason the guy that's decided to open up his restaurant on this motorway. But nothing quite like that.
I'm trying to see. I'm not finding a solid pic. I have pictures on my phone, and I love it because people in chat are also saying that this sounds mad and that they haven't seen anything like it. I just wanted to see if I could find a good picture of the soda fountain.
So that's the one interesting thing about the United States. Of you could defend something to me, and it could only apply to certain parts of the United States.
Yes, this is very true. It's the statement. My favorite way to describe the 2 places, that in England 100 years is, or in America 100 years is a long time, and in England 100 miles is a long way.
Yes.
You know, if you're like under 100 miles, like I drove 2,000 miles just to get from Texas to here to drive halfway across the country. You know.
But the great thing is that we can always follow our sports teams.
Well, they certainly can. Always follow. It's easy. You just have one. Have the one or the 2.
Yes. So Liverpool's going off to Manchester. Awesome.
Yeah.
That's about an hour.
Yeah. That is very, very nice. Folks, if you're enjoying the show, get involved in the Discord, !Discord and chat. Lovely place to hang out with all things play-by-play related. And also for my personal channel, which happens before and after. If you were here before the stream, you got to watch me absolutely be abysmal at all things video games.
Like, I'm trying not to be too harsh.
It's
here,
okay. You could be harsh.
But it might be the worst streaming gameplay I've ever seen.
It was some of the worst gameplay I've done in
and
a
that's
long
me
time.
not being harsh, okay?
Yeah.
There were worse ways of describing what you did.
I'm going to enjoy going back and watching the VOD and putting together a cringe fest of that one. Folks, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back to talk about content creators, streamers, things we like, things we enjoy watching, everything. And I need to get this guy off my camera right now. We'll be right back.
You can't stop me.
And we're back, folks.
You timed it with the drop.
Are we really back? We're really back.
We are really back.
We're really back.
Can they ever stop us? They can't stop this hype train.
So you know one thing, I realized I forgot something.
Really?
You know, remember last game we had like a Rocket League game going on in the background of the stream?
Yeah, we're not.
There's no Rocket. You know what's actually on the background? I will enjoy which. I'm gonna watch chat here. Chat. There's technically a game pulled up behind the stream right now. Who can tell me what game it is? Because it's definitely a very specific game. I want to see if chat figures it out.
Okay.
But yeah, that's been a fail both weeks. I wanted to like make it a thing of like checking into the bot game and seeing how it was going. This week it's just there isn't even one.
We will get it by week 4.
Yeah, week 4 that'll be a thing.
This is probably the shortest series that anyone could ever have put together.
Yeah, no,
in terms of the amount of episodes we're gonna have.
It does suck that it's gonna be so short, but it's also I'm glad we did it. I'm still glad we did it.
We'll be back next season.
It'll be great. So we want to talk about Fortnite. Good job, Sweaty Beard. Got it.
Nice.
Nailed it. First guess. You figured it out. It's just, I mean, all you see is the play button. It's like right there. So
is it still you on the deaf screen?
no, it's on the gameplay,
Oh, okay.
To get into the next game.
Yep.
But so
Yes.
the last thing we want to talk about, the last like given segment before we do chat Q&A, is just talking about content creators in general. Any people we look up to, people that we like to emulate, people we just enjoy watching, even if we're not enjoying that, or maybe people that were like particularly like I don't understand how this guy is so big. Why is he here? Things about that. Any thoughts we have? What do you got for me?
So I'm going to start off with a little bit of a factoid about myself. So as I was growing up, I was doing all the martial arts stuff. And as your typical sort of person who's always traveling around, only ever training, that sort of thing, I never really developed much of a personality.
Sure.
So once the entire martial arts thing stopped when I was 15, that's probably when I developed most of my personality. But that was also the time of, okay, I'm stopped now. I'm going to start looking at this YouTube thing. I got really hooked on YouTube. So I'd say a lot of my personality is based around the people that I watched on YouTube.
Interesting.
Because it wasn't built up through interactions as I was growing up. It was basically a case of, okay, I have time to do things that aren't that, and and I'm just going to start emulating, because everyone at 15 emulates what they watch. And that definitely went a very long way towards making me who I am.
Yeah.
I'd say that's definitely why I'm a lot more of, like, who you see on stream is very much who I am off broadcast.
Sure.
Most of the time.
Yeah.
That's because my entire personality was based around.
That's super interesting. So yeah, so like you are a showman on the air, and you're a showman in person because your personality before you became a showman was based off showman.
Yes,
that's
super
interesting.
It kind of helps with energy levels as well.
Yeah,
because if I want to talk about things, it's the exact same way.
Yeah,
I'll rip into people. I will do all of the things that I'll do off air, purely because, well, that's just how my brain thinks.
Yeah.
So it's actually a case of sometimes I'm less of a personality on air because I'm worried.
You're putting a filter up.
Yes, I'm very much worried of what can I get away with.
Yeah, that's super interesting because I'm in a similar capacity. Like I've always looked up to showmen, to content creators, to entertainers, but I am naturally a very, very introverted person, a person who likes to sit back and just watch. And all the people I respected, though, were extroverted people, and I'm like, this is strange. I need to figure out a way to put these two together. The other thing was, like, I was always a very, very logical, black and white sort of thinker. Like, things are either this way or they're that way. Like, that's how I grew up, being like this. Like, the world is one of two ways, and you aren't going to tell me which one it is. Like, I'm going to figure out which one it is. The thing was, as an introvert, I went into an extremely extroverted field, And as a black and white logical thinker, I went into possibly the most gray field there is, where there is no right, wrong, good, bad. It's just different, you know?
He's just a play-by-play guy.
Yeah, well, just even like as a musician, it was like the whole thing, like arts. The arts in general are maybe the least objective field there is. And so it was this, I felt this sort of like weird tension. Also, the number one like personality trait for myself that I've always recognized is honesty. That being honest, telling the truth is primary. I would rather tell you the truth and have you think less of me because I told you something terrible about myself than tell you a lie and have you eventually figure it out and then you think less of me and you know that I lied to you, you know, and I've lost trust.
My opinion on lies, I will never lie about anything important.
Sure.
But things that aren't important, I will lie about all the time. Because it's more interesting. I want to... Like the Uber drivers.
Sure.
At the moment. Like, it's so boring every single time I get into an Uber and they just go, oh, you're from England, aren't you?
Yeah.
But now that I've switched that over to being, no, I'm a method actor.
Oh,
that's so much more fun.
There's a difference between, in my mind, going for a bit and telling a lie are not the same thing at all. And this is the thing, is because like as someone who was very honest, I had to make that distinction in my mind because I work in a field which is all about lying. You know, I work in a field where it's I'm trying to convince you I'm something I'm not. I mean, I remember the day I felt the most professional. I felt like the best broadcaster I had been. Like, I felt like I was a real, like I earned my paycheck that day. I had done work. Was the day that this very important person in my life got married. And this is a person I'd been fascinated on for about 2 years. She had broken up with me 2 years ago, and it was a very difficult thing. And my roommate's here. Hello. He's stealing something. Oh, dear.
Goodbye.
Oh, yes. I remember. Have fun. He needs my car. I forgot about that. We might have to order food. I completely forgot I told him I'd let him do that. Anyways, we have. This person that was very important to me, I was still like, I think that this could possibly be a thing. She gets married. That day, we have a broadcast. And I found out, I had done my best to avoid knowing anything about it. Mm-hmm. And I got like blindsided by like just on social media, like on Facebook or something, where I saw something like confirmed that was happening, and it put me in the worst mood possible. And then the cameras go live, and I had to be like, "Hi, folks, welcome to the RLCS. How you doing?" You know. And I felt that day like nobody could tell. Everyone told me like, "Oh, we couldn't tell that you were in a really bad place." But that was the worst place I've been in emotionally, where I had to be on air, and that felt good to me. I was able to lie strong enough, you know. But the thing is that there's an implied, an anticipated sense of a projection of a personality there. So it's okay. No one was like, I felt like you were being dishonest with me, you know? Like, there's a difference between having a bit, having a show, and telling a lie. In my mind, when my friends, like, I had a friend in college who told me that they painted my car, you know, with, like, markers. And the first thing I see the car, I'm like, oh, that's pretty good. I call her. I'm like, good job getting my car. And she's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, my car. You painted it. She's like, wait, someone painted your car? That's amazing. It wasn't me. I didn't do it. But, like, that's really crazy. I wonder who did that. And then she continued to prank my car like 3 more times over the course of the year. And I was at the point where I'm like, I don't know who this is. Like, I've eliminated all possibilities. She's looked me in the eye and told me, like, no, for real, it wasn't me. Let's figure out who it was, though. And then in a year, she like shows me videos of like her like hiding like over like to watch my reaction of like the car and stuff. And at the end, she's like, "Oh, we got you good." And I'm like, "Okay, so fun joke, but like you lied to me. You lied to me for the sake of being able to do the prank again later." Okay. And the thing is the reason honesty is such a big thing in my mind is like if you are willing to lie. When I ask you straight, like, okay, this is not a bit, we're just having a conversation here. Did you do this thing? And you say no, and the answer is yes. It's because being able to do the thing again. She wanted to be able to prank the car again. That was more important to her than being honest with me. And if you're willing to sacrifice that trust for the sake of a joke, for the sake of a prank, my brain says, when it comes down to, did you kill my dog, you're definitely not going to tell me because, again, that's like you're going to risk losing a friendship, and that's more valuable to you than losing the ability to prank my car. So, of course, you would lie about that in that moment. Like, that's where my brain goes. Obviously, most people's brains don't think that way, really so don't. like that's not a fair statement for other people, but that is the primary reason, like, I make my best effort never to lie.
Okay, interesting.
This is a complete tangent from the content creator thing.
It definitely is. But it was an interesting way of going about it because, like I said, it very much is content did create who I am.
Yeah.
which is reason why when I do tell you who my content people that I was watching and that I still watch to this day are, you'll sort of get a sense for it.
Sure.
I think there's one that we can definitely agree on, which is Donkey.
Yes.
Donkey
okay.
is phenomenal. He's very much the king of his content style.
Sure.
He is ludicrously funny.
I don't know of anybody else who I think makes content in Donkey's style that I've even heard of. You know, like he is so good at this, like this post-produced. I'm gonna put together a montage. He's one of the only people I know, one of the only content creators who makes like compilation of funny, good, hilarious moments where he doesn't use a webcam. Like Donkey's face is almost never in his own videos. He's in like Leah's videos. His girlfriend will have him in his videos, but like he is never in his own videos.
Yes,
you know. And it's that's actually a really interesting thing for me to take note of when people ask me like what are the primary things I need to be a content creator. One of my things I always say is like you need a webcam. I need to see your reaction, you know, because I know so few streamers or content creators who have successfully made a good and sustainable brand without a webcam.
So my idea on this is very much different to yours. I believe it's all down to what your strengths are. So Donkey's very good. He would ruin his by having his face on it.
Yeah.
Kraken, he would ruin his by having his face on it. I believe you can get away with not putting your face on it as long as you are a very good body actor. So say like you are pretending to be yourself in the game. So if I'm playing, playing BioShock, I'm the guy. Okay, you are reacting as if you're the guy, not just going, "Oh, I need to go and pick up this item over here." It's just like, "What the hell is that?"
Yeah,
I need this sort of thing. I feel like that's really good. But if you are a reaction sort of thing like Twitch, I believe Twitch is needed for the webcam.
Which it's interesting. Like, yeah, like on YouTube, I can't think of a single other streamer that's that way. I know there have to be there. There have to be people who are emulating Donkey, and they're probably successful, marginally successful in their own little niche. But I just haven't found them. I don't consume nearly as much YouTube as I used to, and now I've mostly switched over to consuming Twitch. When it comes to webcam users with Twitch, the only streamer I know who is just a personality streamer. His gameplay's decent. He's not a professional gamer. He's not a former professional gamer as far as I know. I kind of would like to go check his Wikipedia and just double check that I'm saying the truthful thing there. But he doesn't use webcam, and he is successful as Lyric. Lyric is the only streamer I can think of who is as successful as who's on like the top echelon of streamers who isn't somehow a novelty like Sheriff Eli. I don't know if have you ever seen Sheriff Eli?
No.
Sheriff Eli is a former state trooper, I believe, who is retired from the police force, and he built his streaming Grand Theft Auto roleplay servers as a cop, and they're hardcore. Like they're on TeamSpeak using like it sounds like real cop radios, using all the real cop talk. If you come to do like a lot of them are former cops or people that have wanted to be trained as cops, and so they train them up in actual like police protocol and policy. And watching his stream, you feel like you're actually in a police car.
So that's actually going to what I said, though. It's just like
body acting.
Yeah.
Yes, very much in that vein. And the thing is, he's now switched to more like kind of a variety content. He's not doing that as much, but he's built himself a sustainable brand. He gets about 2K viewers, 3K viewers, depending on what he's doing. And but he started with this novelty thing. Or there's the one Manny who streams himself as a doge, as a dog through the face rig. And it's basically body acting. He's not it's not the character in the game, but there is a character on the screen for you to relate with. The other big people are maybe people like Dakotas or Squishy Muffins, people who are absurdly good at their video game. You know, if their gameplay itself is engaging, you don't need the webcam. I cannot think of someone else other than Lyric who's a personality streamer who is getting away with not using a webcam and is actually successful. And for me, I think Lyric was the original king of Twitch. Yeah. And I think it's just because he was right place, right time, knew how to do it. I feel like if Lyric were to try and do his stream now, I don't think he'd be as successful. So
if you are not like using Facecam and whatnot, I believe you have to upload to YouTube at the same time. Because this is how I'm going about my content at the moment of, if it's Rocket League, I'll put the face cam on because it's needed. But if it's not Rocket League, I won't bother because I want to do the body acting in the game. And I feel like if I was to do my editing style with the camera on, I can't do as much because it's always there. People are always going to be looking over there compared to a Tier of Grace style streamer who does, not even a streamer, he does a lot of YouTube content based upon the Shadow of Mordor games. And they're very good because he is playing as Talion. And that's his guy. He will go and recruit people. It's like, that's my boy. That is my best friend in the entire... He's trying to stab me. And that wouldn't be as good if I was too busy looking at him because he can edit in a certain way of... He can get very close to the stream, But if you've got the webcam there at the same time, if I was to do a zoom up to an orc's face,
Yeah.
you're suddenly just going, well, it's not the in-game thing, is it? That's,
Yeah.
Like, you're over there somewhere. You've just moved up the video. So it's a difference
Yeah.
between being in-game and being in video
Yeah.
that I believe is possible there.
It is definitely with YouTube, with the ability to edit and the ability to like create, like filter your gameplay down to the most entertaining moments. The gameplay can carry, and that moment, the humor of the gameplay can carry. It's not like on a stream. The gameplay has to be objectively impressive or perpetually funny. But I don't know. There's very few games where you can actually have perpetually funny moments in. You know,
Yeah.
you have to have. The reason the only gamers whose gameplay carry them are the professional gamers is because it's objectively fun to watch. Someone like Ninja could stream without a webcam, and I'd totally still watch it. Like, the webcam is not why I watch Ninja. I watch Ninja because he's a live frag montage. Like, he's legitimately, it's every kill he gets is absurd. With the people like Lyric, it's like it's not like, okay, Soviet Womble, okay, who's this? Fitz.
Fitz is the one that I've tried showing people.
Right, okay, so Fitz is basically a same style as Soviet Womble. There's
Yes.
lots of text, no webcam, same group of people that all try to mess with each other and just have jokes. Great content because it's compressed down to all the funny moments, and you just get to, like, every time they cut to a new moment, you're like, I'm excited to see what this is. You know, the video keeps you rolling, keeps your interest. Soviet Womble also streams. He's a wildly successful YouTuber. His stream gets, you know, a few thousand viewers. It's proportional for someone who has as much YouTube success as he does, but it's because it's like when Donkey streams.
Yeah.
People like Donkey is just not that engaging as a streamer because his whole thing is, I edit it down to the best moments, and when you have to wait 15 minutes, half an hour between every best moment, it's just not as good.
Yeah, the only time, and I'm just sort of looking at this as a content creator that is attempted to get places, the only game that I've ever really had that was like that, and it was only like that for like the first hour or so, was the getting over it stuff.
Yeah.
But when I was looking through my content, I was just like, oh wow, the last 5 hours of this is just nothing. Like, it's only entertaining for the people that were there live because everyone's invested at that point.
It's interesting. I've realized, like, I've been playing Hearthstone of late, and I was watching back my stream, and I'm like, this is really entertaining. I feel like my own reactions to the game and the way I'm engaging with the game is fun to watch, and for two reasons. One, I'm so rusty on Hearthstone that the actual just simple mechanics of making a good play and like thinking through your turn is fun, and I'm still engaging well with that. Secondly, I've been gone from Hearthstone so long, I don't know 80% of the cards in the game, which means when someone drops the card that does 15 damage to this character and does 5 damage to all the rest of the characters, and I will lose my mind because I'm like, I didn't know that card existed.
Yeah.
I thought I was in a good position, and you just wiped my board. What just happened, you know? And
that's... I feel like you've just hit the nail on the head. Unintentionally, you've hit the nail on the head as to why I like variety streamers. Because if you watch someone who does one game a lot, they're not reacting as much. They've seen everything. I know for a fact that if I stream Rocket League, I don't react anywhere near as often because I've seen everything at this point. Unless you're going to do like a triple flip reset, like catch ball, flick, catch ball, flick, well, I'm not really going to react too heavily. But for a variety streamer, they get in, they stream the game, and all the reactions are very genuine because it's the first time they're seeing it, just same as you for Hearthstone. And the moment that it's about to get stale, the game's over.
Yeah.
And they can move on to the next thing and keep that going.
It's interesting because the card games, it's like to me the appeal of like the nerd card games like Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, or Magic or anything. Hearthstone falls in the category too. Any of these sorts of like, I'm playing this card. The magical moment is when they play cards that are like, you've activated my trap card kind of thing, right? Where it's like you've fallen into my plan that you didn't anticipate because you didn't know about the cards I had. And that was like the one day I played Magic for 12 hours. It was so much fun because literally every card I saw was the first time I'd seen it, and I had to like pick it up and read it. And it was like this cool magical, like, it felt like an adventure. It felt like I don't know what's going to happen next because you're going to play cards I've never seen, you know? And right now, Hearthstone's got that for me where they're playing cards and I'm like, I have no idea what I'm going to engage. I have no idea what's going to happen after this. And if I were to get to the point where it's like he plays 2 cards and I'm like, I know he's playing Handlock or he's playing, you know, Cube Warlock or whatever, and I just know what's going to happen this whole game, then it's like it's not fun, you know? Which is where I think that, like, one thing I like that Hearthstone's done is that they've distinguished between Standard and Wild, where there's like specific cards you play with in Standard, and that's the competitive format. But if you want to play Wild, it's all the cards. And like, if I ever get to a point where I'm like, I know everything that's happening in Standard, I can switch over to Wild, and it'll still be like, I've never seen any of these cards. These cards, I literally, these cards got introduced and then got put into Wild, got taken out of Standard during the period of time when I was away for like 2 to 3 years.
Then you're completely, yeah. And that's the place where everything is super OP because it's all had time. Like, the thing that was announced 6 years ago that was like somewhat decent suddenly combines with this new thing that is absolutely stupid.
And it's like, on one hand, you might be like, oh, it's not fun to like get slapped by some real OP thing. But on the other hand, like when it's happened to me when I'm in streaming and someone's just done some absurd combo, I'm like, what? That's incredible. Yeah. That's amazing. How is that even possible that they had 2 cards that could possibly synergize like that, you know? I played there's a card
it shuts down. It's about to die.
Oh dear. Did you not plug it in? Rip.
Nope.
That'll make chat. I guess I'll just have to read off the chat Q&A to you.
I don't like them that much.
Rip.
I like that one.
You like this one?
Yeah.
He's a cool dude. She's a cool person. This is a cool person over here. Good job, you. I'm glad you're here.
There are girls watching. Wave.
Girls.
Do you ever think about that when we're casting Rocket League? There are
Not
girls
when I'm casting. I don't know everything about casting.
I'm trying to make myself look macho like all the time.
Really?
Yeah.
While casting when you're not even on the camera?
Do you see me flexing whenever I'm on camera?
I just try to look. I try to look good on camera for myself.
See, what you got to look out for next time is the fact that I'm trying to like flex so I can get all the buttons to pop off my shirts.
Yeah.
But the shirts are just a little bit too loose right now, so I'm just flexing all the time, and I end up being knackered at the end of every broadcast.
Knackered.
Hello.
Why?
We are here for the next.
That's
Fnatic versus.
I don't think that's why people are watching the show, man. I'm just.
Well, for my flexing.
Yeah. How many e-girls do you get followed by every stream? You know.
Not many, but I got a lot of anime people.
Anime.
So
body pillows are following you.
I would say I have a significant amount of body pillows following me, but that's mostly because I just have them like tied up on a bit of string and just carry them behind me.
Interesting.
I'm waiting for that day of. I'm just gonna get kicked out of my home, and instead of having like a sack or something to put in, I'm just gonna take an anime body pillow, take out the pillow part, and just put all of my belongings in there, and then just throw it over my back.
Oh, that'd be amazing. That would be the most. That video would go viral. Some guy like just driving down the road and is filming a guy on his phone, like walking down the street with an anime body pillow full of all his stuff tied on his stick. You know, tied on his stick, so it's like swinging behind him. Oh, that'd be amazing. That'd be fun. Yeah, no. Favorite content creators. The only one I haven't really mentioned that I think is relevant to mention is we were watching him earlier. Tim the Tapman is probably the streamer that I try to emulate the most when it comes to like my personal stream. His gameplay is good. He's good for a person who plays games 12 hours a day kind of thing. You know, like he's not a professional gamer, but he's definitely knows how to learn a game quickly and become okay at it. But he is still in that category of like, I'm not professional. So like when you watch him have an amazing game of Fortnite, he's freaking out the whole time. Yeah. The whole time he's like, I can't believe I'm doing this. How am I not dead right now? You know? And like it's entertaining to watch him. You relate to it. You're like, this is how I would feel if this was happening in my moment. And the fact that he's kind of reflecting my own emotions is great. And the other thing that he does that is amazing, I think, is the way he interacts with chat. The way he's constantly calling for emotes. He's constantly trying to like make jokes with chat constantly. And my favorite thing to watch in his stream actually isn't his gameplay. It's when he's boots up his stream. He'll for an hour just sit and just read off notifications as they're coming in and just talk to chat. There's this whole joke of people being like, listen to this link. I'm gonna send you a link, and they'll be like, I don't know if I should. Damn it. Okay. Clicks on the link, pulls it up, and it's, you know, Rickroll or something. Like, damn, I'm not opening any more links. Not opening any more links, chat. No more links today. You guys have been bad. You guys have been naughty. And then someone will donate $200 with a link, and he'll be like, okay, fine.
Yeah.
And it'll be like his favorite rock song. They'll be like, okay, this is cool. This is good. You guys have won me back over. Then someone else will send another link. There's another troll link. It'll kind of just be this back and forth. He built this great environment where like his chat is trolly, but they love him, and it's like all these sort of like inside jokes he's constantly compounding on, and it's a really fun like way that he does one of the best jobs I've ever seen of interacting with a chat that moves as fast as his does. You know, which is a very, very difficult thing to do because most people it's just like once it gets to that speed, they're like, I'm just ignoring it. I'll talk to the people who donate maybe, you know, but he'll like call out for questions and then he'll just sit there and just watch chat and just like whichever answer gets spammed the most is probably the true one, you know. So like
my favorite thing on Twitch is when people can get donated $500 and the whole reaction is cheers, mate.
It's just it's like how jaded have you become that $500 put in your bank account is nothing.
It's ridiculous.
It's funny because for me, like my like I said, like, I'm always kind of putting on a show, right? And so, like, I know that when someone donates 500 bits, like, you know, people did earlier today, I'm like, oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Can we get some hype in the chat for my friends, you know, like hitting the donate button there or whatever. When someone drops 10,000 bits, I have an actual reaction of like, crap, that's so much. And I have no frame of reference to understand how to process it right. And the thing is when Caleb Simmons, when WavePunk gets actually excited about something, his body goes, you're losing control, shut down. Like bottle it up. And so most of the time I just kind of smile. I just be like, oh, that was really cool. Thanks, man. And like my reaction is less, despite it should be more. It should match, but it doesn't, you know?
Yeah.
Because my body's like, no, control yourself. And if you can get me to like, if you can see that I'm kind of like starting to shut down, that's probably because I'm actually excited. You actually did something amazing.
So when the first time the bits started coming out, I didn't understand the currency. I didn't understand the translation of it.
Yeah.
So someone actually came in, this is like the first day they've been out, and gave me 10,000 bits.
Oh, wow.
My entire reaction was, thanks, man.
Yeah.
Because I don't know.
You didn't know what it was.
I don't know how much it was. So this guy, like, he doesn't chat again for the entirety of the stream. At which point I get off the stream and B Shadow J turns around to me and just goes, Shogun, do you actually know how much 10,000 bits really is? And I'm like, no.
Yeah.
Of course I don't. Like, what is it, like $10?
Uh-huh.
I don't know where I even got $10 from.
Yeah.
Like, that sort of conversion wouldn't be any good.
That
So
means
he
10
turns
bits
around-
is a penny.
So he turns around to me and just goes, dude, it's like $100.
Yeah.
Which point I go on stream and just go, oh, hey, guys, I'm not very good at this streaming thing. Hey, blah, 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 blah. Thank you very much for the 10,000 bits.
Yeah.
I'm going to go and apologize.
Yeah. That's, there was one time some people got in like a bit war at like the 10,000 bit minimum level, where it was just going up. They were just trying to battle for the top spot, and it was like they were coming in as fast as follows sometimes come in, and I was like, I really just sit there just kind of like almost like manic. I felt like, or I'm just kind of like, oh, this is okay, cool. Now can we get? Oh man, he did it again. Okay, cool. I'm just gonna keep trying to play Rocket League, I guess. You know, and I'm like. There is no frame of reference. My parents did not give me they never sat me down and told me how I'm supposed to react when someone just gives me $500.
Yeah.
You know, someone I've never met gives me $500. Like, what do? You know, like, and then someone else shows up and goes like, no, $600. You're like, my brain does not have a frame of reference to process this. It is very interesting to watch.
It's a little bit nutty at times, and I feel like that definitely comes down to our different ways of going about our streams, is the people we actually get in ours.
Sure.
So your entire stream is based around Tim's attack, like very positive all the time. Mine is around, I believe I have nailed to a perfect degree egotistical while setting myself up for a fall.
Sure, yeah.
I'm very good, and it's sort of something I've developed whilst doing casting, of being able to, like, B-roll is a thing that we aim for quite often, and it's all about knowing when the thing is about to happen. So I'm very good at setting myself up in a way of, I am the greatest human being on this planet Earth.
Yeah.
And immediately, every time, it always goes to shit. Yeah. And it's so much fun every single time. The most fun I've ever had on it was the Getting Over It stream. It was something I couldn't include in the video, but I'm like at the very last climb up. And I'm just sat there just going, I am the greatest human on earth. I am going to continue going up. You are a buff boy of the greatest variety. You are a buff boy that cannot be beaten. You are a buff boy who is fucking falling. Why?
Yeah. And just immediately, you create such a strong contrast.
Yeah.
That it feels good.
You can just go, I'm shouting. Why is everything going wrong?
Yeah.
And at no point in my head am I thinking like really actively about it. Like I'm not just actually genuine that hype.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about how I can transition to the next thing, because if it goes well, I can just go, get to the very top, just go, I am the greatest buff boy that there has ever been. You cannot stop me.
Yeah.
And then, but if it goes down, having that ability just to drop the voice tone, is really useful.
It's fun. That's one of the things that I've also seen a lot of streamers do that makes for great moments. Is like I was playing Fortnite earlier and like picked up a hunting rifle, first gun, jumped off the roof, saw a guy right into the building, just took a shot at him, and it's like, if it lands, it's the coolest thing that's ever happened. And if it doesn't, it just be like, whatever, I suck. You know, it's no big deal. And it's like just recognizing that there's moments that like, if I set myself up well, you know, if you could just say, you could call it too. I had a clip one time when I was playing Fortnite. I just dropped down. I'm like, oh, I got a rifle. Who am I going to kill? Who am I going to shoot the brain? I see one guy. I'm like, oh, it's you. Take one shot, kill him. Straight. Yep, thanks for playing. And just keep going. Yeah. And like, I felt so cool. Like I called it. I hit it. And then the music was good. Everything was great, you know. And if I missed it, just been like, Oh well, next time. You know, like you could just just create the drop off. The contrast is entertaining, but also succeeding in the moment is entertaining. You know,
So
it's kind of a win-win.
Timing of it is always so much fun.
Yeah.
I did one Fortnite stream a while back, and I'm actually producing the video on it right now. And my favorite moment on it is I'm running around in a bush.
Okay.
And just carrying around me, I hear a missile go off.
Yeah.
I just stop moving and just go, if I don't move, it can't see me. Immediately. I get blown up.
Yeah.
It's just a case
That's
of
amazing.
the moment I finish saying it, it's just sort of like,
Oh my gosh! Did you ever see the clip? The guy he was playing PUBG, and he's running across a beach, and he's like, "Last time I ran across this beach, I got hit shot by a car 98, but not this time." Boom! Headshot by a car 98
brilliant.
immediately.
That is brilliant.
Like it's just like, you can't set it up. You don't know what's gonna happen. You just say it, and the timing just happens perfectly for you. It was such a good moment.
So funny.
Oh man, but we can sit here and talk about content creators all day. I'm trying to think. I feel like there was one other person I wanted to mention. I don't remember. One person I do look up to, which this I don't want to talk about too long because we've kind of reached the end of this segment. CGP Grey, have you watched him?
Yes.
He in my mind is kind of like in the same realm of Donkey, of like very heavily post-produced, no no face cam sort of content, but it's not game content. It's educational content. And my favorite thing about him and Donkey, actually, there was one thing that they have in common that I've started to take more of a mindset on my YouTube, and I believe you have as well, is like the quality over quantity. Thank you. I could not think of the word quantity. Just producing videos when you know you've got a good video, when you've got something that's good to make, and not worrying about knowing people will come back, because like he can go months. I don't remember the last time CGP Grey put out a video. It's probably been like 4 months now, but the moment he comes out with another one, it's gonna be right on the top of trending of YouTube, because he's built that aura of everything I produce is gold, so you'll watch everything I produce. And he's quite good. Junkie's got kind of a similar vibe, and I'm more proud of the content I put out when I go for quality over quantity.
Yeah, I would definitely say my favorite video has been the ones that I've spent more time on. There's only like 2 videos that are over 10 minutes that I genuinely think are up there, and that's the blindfolded 1v1 video, which I thought was really good, and the dribble challenge number 2, which that was good.
I
thought it was interesting from like my POV. I don't know if that was like. There's a lot of times where I'll think something's fantastic, and you need someone that just goes, mate, you find this interesting because it's you. That's it.
I feel like, and just being able to compare your stuff to other people's stuff is sometimes bad, because like sometimes you'll be like, oh, especially with music, when I'm trying to make music, and then I'll be trying to emulate a style. Yeah. Every time I go listen to the track I'm trying to emulate, I'm like, God, this is so much better than mine, and I'm never gonna be as good as this, you know. But with like YouTube, I can oftentimes look at them. I'll be like, the one Fortnite video I put out, I felt like was one of the best videos I'd ever made, and I was very proud of it. And I went back and I watched it, and I enjoyed it. And then I would go watch other people's content, and I come back and be like, I thought I had edited out all the boring parts, but now that I'm watching it again, I definitely could have edited out way more boring parts. Like, why did I leave in so much of this? You know. And realizing that there's always a better, you can always like get slightly better. I enjoy the process though of making the content though, you know. So like the quality constantly going up is a lot of fun. So, anyways, I think we have reached the end of this segment. The last part of the day is the Q&A for chat. Anything you want to talk to us, you can just mention in chat right now. Also, you can go get involved in the Discord if you want to talk to us, not during the show, during just the week. You can put in their suggestions.
In your Discord?
I don't know if you are.
I don't.
Type !more Discord in chat, and you can be, though.
Oh, wow.
It's an easy way to get there, folks.
I'll be in there tonight.
It's a lot of fun. Also, while I'm just waiting on some things to come on in here, Mr. Harry Balls donated $5. Mr. Harry Balls' tweets show up on the RLCS every once in a while. How to start a war. In-N-Out better than Whataburger? That's not the battle here, because... Yeah. This would be like, I don't know, Nando's better than Whataburger. Maybe,
I mean, we just need to get like a massive feast going on, and I will decide a winner.
Oh, I'd love that. I'd love that. Rodrin with the follow, Super Slimmy, Loch Ness, Dazer, Blue 1, 3 Rocket League 1D. That would be Erlid, maybe. Thank you guys for the follows. And Seawaddle with the 3 bits. He says he's going all in on the bits there.
Oh, wow. He's playing some poker.
Yeah, for sure. And yeah, we'll see if nobody has any questions in chat, then we can end the show here. But people are joining the Discord. Yay.
Oh, wow.
That's what I wanted to see.
They are all joining right now. All of them.
Well, I mean, 2 people just joined, so
I need to play some more Salty Bet tonight.
Some Salty Bet is great.
Salty Bet is the greatest thing on earth. If those of you who've not heard of Salty Bet, it is just a Twitch stream. They've got their own website. You can go on there and sign up, and you get 1,000 Salty coins. And you just bet upon AI versus AI fighting game matches against some of the most ridiculous things out there, like Paint.net, sort of characters. Like everyone create their own. You'll get edits of Dragon Ball characters, regular Street Fighter ones, things I just ripped from regular games. So much fun because you have no idea, but you get in there.
It's one of the most fun things of like you get the fun of betting without any of the consequences of betting, and you get to just rage when it's like, oh, so it's Megatron versus a fidget spinner.
Yep.
And
I would always go for the fidget spinner here.
Right? Yeah, like it's like you should, like Megatron should win, right? But no, this is the internet, man.
Yeah.
Fidget spinner is going to kick butt, and it's funny that you just sit there and you'll be like, oh, I'm Megatron, and then the fidget spinner just sits there and just shoots a laser beam at him for days and just kills him. You're like, come on, no.
My favorite thing is watching the tournaments because they do tournaments now where it's like 8 different characters, and you'll see like the first 2 fight and you just go, oh my god, that is the most powerful thing in this entire thing.
Yeah.
But it'll get to the semifinals and it'll get his ass kicked because you realize it only looks powerful compared to what it was against.
Yeah.
But the AI is so the AI is always broken in some way, and it's just phenomenal. I don't understand how you can code AI in that sort of game where the result will be different.
Yeah.
Like, because it's first of 3 rounds, isn't it?
Yeah.
And you see one win the first 2, and then suddenly there's a reverse sweep. And I'm like, how?
Yeah.
Like, you always start from the same spot. Why are you choosing?
Why does anything go different? Yeah, it's super.
Why is it not just always the same thing?
If you want to have some fun, just some good old-fashioned fun, go check out Salty Bet, folks. Someone asked, what time do the matches on Thursday start? They start at 9 a.m. Pacific, I believe. So normal time that Europe starts, just on a Thursday instead of a Sunday.
With less games.
Someone asked, what is the flag? Yes. Okay, interesting. I realized, someone told me the other day, and I forgot to switch it around. This flag is hanging backwards. This is the Texas flag. When the Texas flag is flying, this corner here, like if you just rotate this 90 degrees, that's how the flag's supposed to be, with the white on top and the red on the bottom. But when you hang up, apparently according to actual Texas like standard code of conduct on how to deal with a flag, if you hang it this way, the red is supposed to be on this side. So like take the flag, pull it down, and then flip it, and that's how it's supposed to hang. And it makes no sense to me. It makes no sense as to why you would do that.
No, that doesn't make no sense to me either.
What? Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Okay, Texas.
I just need to flip it. I forgot that.
You keep your country music.
The thing is, if I flip it, people will be like, "Is that Cuba?" Like right now, I feel like it looks more like Texas, but whatever. So, somebody asked, "How do you guys manage to keep it interesting? Keep the interesting gameplay coming, even if it's like 0-0 in RLCS?"
In RLCS. I think we both have very different strategies when it comes to this.
My statement about this is that this is when we earn our money.
Yes.
Like this is when a good caster is not a caster who can call an exciting, awesome game. A good caster is a caster who can somehow make a boring game exciting. And being able to bring in more, I think we both will say that we rely more on the color in this moment. Like it's like calling play-by-play when a game is slow or a game is boring. More just draws attention to how boring it is.
Yeah.
So talking about stakes, talking about stats, talking about what the significance of this match is, and drawing your attention into that so that when the one goal that matters happens, then you care about it more.
Yeah. It definitely changes by game. Like game number 1, if it's a boring game, which game number 1 is usually the most often that we see this problem pop up, where the teams are very cautious around one another. At which point, oh yeah, fine. Which is fine for us because we can introduce it. We can bring in some stats that can be used to sort of build up the story we want to use. Like, there's nothing better than if the co-commentator or I bring up a good stat that becomes useful later on.
Sure.
That's usually fine. It gets harder towards the middle ground of the series because then you are literally just bouncing back and forth on what you've already seen. But that can also be easier because let's just say it's 2-0 at the time. We can then point to that as being a very smart idea by the team that is 0-2 down of slowing down the pace.
Yeah.
Like, make this a 1-goal game because it's clearly not working with plan A.
Yeah.
The only time... I don't think I really struggle with it as much as I used to. It used to definitely suck, but it is all about... In those sort of slow games... we are relying on the color commentator, and they're relying on us to be able to take over the moment we see.
The moment we think it's about to get interesting.
Which is hard, because you've got to be able to spot it.
Yeah, you have to be able to see that the setup happened, and the thing is that oftentimes in those games, it feels slow because the setups happen and a player will just whiff.
Yeah.
And then it's like, okay, so I took it back over, but now I'm calling the play that's not happening, you know? So it's a little bit of a back and forth. It's just a lot of feeling it out.
The only time I believe we ever really struggle are the long overtimes, where there's no real right answer here because we can't talk for 5 minutes. I mean, I hate casting the old method for this complexity because they always have really long overtimes.
Yeah.
And they can go for like 6 minutes straight, but we can't do play-by-play for 6 minutes straight.
Yeah, well,
but we need to cover that goal.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, exactly. It's when there's a threat of scoring at all times. It's like, oh, when do you choose to play-by-play and not? It'll sound sometimes we get caught off guard. And it's just like we had to stop talking at some point, right? Seawaddle asks, which team do you think will win the RLCS? I'm personally cheering for G2 as a massive fan of them. Even though I'm from England, I feel like I prefer the NA teams. And I feel like this year has been, like, the NA teams have looked a little bit more consistent. And they've definitely had their moments of brilliance. And the EU teams are always very, very deep. And it's like every team at the EU region could possibly do well at the RLCS World Championships, but they only get to send 4. I think that NRG is probably like the best chance they've had ever is this year. Especially Jacob has always been an online god, but has always struggled at LANs. And Jacob's not on the team anymore. I think Justin. The question is, how does Justin as a rookie perform on a stage for the first time?
I think NRG are gonna. I think that first match is gonna be the most important one until they reach like day 3. Mainly because I suspect NRG are gonna win regionals.
Sure,
which
probably.
Actually puts them against like either number 2 of OCE or number 4 of Europe, who are already gonna have played a game. Now, if we start to break this down, number 4. I'm fairly certain it's gonna be GFE, Complexity, Gale Force, top 3. Okay. But if any of them drop and lose that 3rd place matchup, I feel like that could actually catch NRG out. You take on a Warm, Vitality, Complexity, or Gale Force in your very first match, especially with Justin making his debut. Yeah. I could see NRG making a lower bracket run, but I could see them getting hit by this.
It is getting to the point where it's crazy to think about the, like, okay, we're talking about teams from Europe, like, that's, like, and North America is going to be, like, G2, Cloud9, NRG, and then some team, like, EG is...
Either EG or Rogue.
Yeah, EG's been looking good. Rogue's been looking okay. Ghost has been looking all right.
Ghost have got to beat Cloud9.
Like it's like a like what do you do with?
I'm still holding on to. I don't care if they're playing against Cloud9. When I made this prediction earlier this season that Ghost would go 2-5 and still make LAN.
Yeah,
I'm predicting it still.
Yeah, it's still happening.
It's definitely less likely, but I've committed to this too heavily to not want to go for it and be a genius if it happens.
Yeah, that'd be pretty fun. The thing is that like that 4th American team is kind of like we have to send 4, so we get to send a 4th here. Like the big 3 from America are G2, NRG, and Cloud9. Where like in Europe, it feels like there's so many teams that can fill up those top 4 spots, and like you just have a Gale Force, Complexity, Vitality, and then you've got Method. Is Method your 4th? Okay,
that's
then
Complexity.
Right, so then like I'm trying to think of the other teams. Like Envious has been starting to look okay.
Flipside is ridiculous.
Flipside, right? It's like their amount of like some team that deserves to be at the World Championship from Europe is not going to go to the World Championship. You know,
like it'd be so interesting if the first North NRG game was them against Flipside.
Oh, that'd be crazy.
Because that would be literally 2 teams mirroring each other of veterans with a rookie.
Yeah,
against veterans with a rookie.
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
So good.
That'd be super fun.
The difference is Yukio's had a LAN experience.
Yep. So we'll see if that shows up.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I'm excited. The World Championships are going to be great this year. Pira asks, does the cow go quack or woof? Does the cow go quack or woof?
Oh, I love this delicious beverage.
Oh, there's a good beverage there.
Over here.
Someone asked, are we sponsored by Brisk? I think the answer is no. Do you guys get prompts for stats, or do you have like a cheat sheet or something? It's a little bit of both. Like we get there's a producer in our ear who can tell us stats if someone else has found them. But we also have a document up right there on the desk where we can like scroll through and look for stats.
We have an iPad now.
I have an iPad.
So good.
It's come in clutch a few times.
I didn't use it much last Saturday. I was going to use it this Sunday.
I've noticed that during a boring game, you mentioned a player's car design. I do sometimes mention it during board games. I also will just mention it whenever I notice it. So, like, I'll take note of it, and then I'll look for, like, a lull in the action where I can bring it up.
Everyone drink whenever WavePunk mentions car design.
Mentions any car cosmetics.
See, that was the most fun I've ever had. I saw in the old Rocket League thread before Season 2 LAN, someone putting, "Oh, these are the RLCS drinking game rules."
Yeah.
And I memorized them.
Yeah. Was that actually one of them?
Huh?
Was that actually one of the rules?
One of them was drinking when the cars are mentioned.
Oh.
The other one was drink whenever cosmic are mentioned. So IBP
Oh, okay.
cosmic.
Oh, this was season 2.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
So it's all the way back then. So I memorized everything on that, and I just went in on day one. And just like, I went into the Reddit thread the day after it and just went, "Don't challenge me again, fuckers."
Yeah. That'd be funny. They're just like, oh, I'm just going to say this over and over again, make them drink a bunch. That'd be super funny. People talking about Rogue. Do I like Turtles?
Do you like Turtle? I like
sure.
Turtles
Turtles
videos.
are great. Oh, I like Turtle's great. Turtle is great. But do I like Turtles, the animal? Yeah, Turtles are cool.
I like snapping turtles.
Turtles are a lot of fun. Fairy Peak, best player in the world right now. Who do you think is top 5? I wouldn't say Fairy Peak's the best player in the world.
Fairy.
I think we had this conversation last week, I believe, that like who we think is like number 1 is like changing week to week.
Yeah.
But like number 2 is K-Dop.
I feel like overall you have to say K-Dop.
I feel like at that point when your one player's just been number 2 for that long, like you just have to just say he's number 1.
It's definitely a difficult thing of our personalities. Our opinions change a lot based upon 6 series or 7 series we see people playing. So my opinion on that sort of topic is definitely a broader scope of what have I seen a mixture between this season and last season, because that's still relevant at this point in time. Eventually it'll move on. It'll only be this season and next season. Yeah, and I'll keep going that way. But right now, if we include every single tournament, it's K-Dop.
Yeah, for sure. I think K-Dop is probably the best. See, Waddle, can you explain how JNAP's got Old Spice when Rizzo played out of his mind 2 weeks ago? Well, there's more things that go into Old Spice than just like strict gameplay. Also, there's more things that go into make it like for production reasons. The decision is made probably earlier than you think it is. Also, let's not devalue how well JNAP's played that week as well. But Rizzo did have probably his best week of RLCS maybe ever 2 weeks ago. So that was pretty good for him.
Rizzo has stepped up. Like, that team is clicking on a whole new level.
Oh, I like this question. What's the thing Shogun will miss most from America?
Ooh. Probably the people.
Oh.
I would definitely say. There's definitely a lot more, because I live out in the middle of nowhere in the UK.
Yeah.
So the interactions are a lot less frequent.
Yeah.
But being over here and just being like, okay, it's Wednesday. I'm going to Wave's house.
Yeah.
We're going to do this.
Yeah.
Not something that happens as often in the UK.
Well, that's awesome.
The nice thing about the UK, ever since we got Gfinity, is seeing my boys went from being like a once every 3 months thing to, let's just do it every weekend.
Yeah.
Which
that's
is pretty
cool.
good.
That's all. Well, I'm glad. Well, you should just move over here, and then you can have the people all the time.
Oh, we already know the issues behind that.
Renzi Roars asks, there's a tag going around Twitter asking people's top 4 movies. What are yours?
Oh, Jesus. Just throw that out of nowhere.
Yeah, top. For
let's
me,
just name whatever comes to our heads.
For me, Saving Mr. Banks is probably my number 1 movie. Tron Legacy is up there. Oh, goodness. Megamind, I have to put on there because it's probably the movie I've watched the most. I have to think about the 4th one here for a second. I don't know. Do you have a top 3?
I'm just going to go for what goes into my head because I probably need more time in this. Dodgeball.
Okay.
I enjoyed a lot when I was younger. Oh, geez. This already got very difficult. Toy Story.
Really?
Toy Story is real good. Moneyball. Moneyball I actually really liked as a sports analyst.
I could put Moneyball as my number 4.
Moneyball is a phenomenal film.
Yeah.
It does. There's a lot of sports analysts that come into esports thinking that they can just recreate that and they'll get the same results. It's not that way. Everyone's doing it these days.
Also, our players are not nearly consistent enough to be able to have to be able to rely on stats that way.
Forbidden Kingdom.
This sounds like an anime.
No, it's actually a martial arts film.
Okay.
And it's literally Jackie Chan and...
Okay, so it is an anime.
Wow. Really? It's Jackie Chan and this other really famous, I believe Jet Li.
Okay,
are in it. And it's like an hour and a half of just them fighting.
Yeah.
And it's phenomenal because their choreography is ridiculous.
Yeah. That's awesome. Moneyball's up there for me. I don't know if I put it in my top 4. Devil Wears Prada. It's a really good movie I really enjoyed. Arrival? I don't know if you've ever seen Arrival.
No.
It's a newer movie about aliens visiting Earth. That was one of the best movies I've ever seen. There's a lot. It's really hard to narrow it down to a top 4, but that's pretty cool. Would you like Rocket League to host All Siesta in the UK? I think that'd be awesome. I'd love it if it was 2 different shows. I'd miss getting to cast Rocket or like EU action, but like that'd be pretty awesome.
I would love that so much. As much as I enjoy coming out here,
yeah.
If I just got to stay home
and
do it,
for sure,
I would take that every day.
Does the studio building have other Twitch production streaming? Do you hang with other crews? Yeah, like we were talking about. I don't know if you were here at the top of the show, Master earlier. We were talking about when the power went out. All the crews were just out mingling, just talking to each other because we're all kind of friends. Do you think that the Chiefs will be able to keep up with NA and EU powerhouses this season? I think that they've been this close to keeping up with them every season, and I think that it's
they're gonna smash.
One of these years they're
gonna
make a massive run. They're definitely just as good as anyone else.
Chiefs, their entire thing this season is get 2-1 or 2-2. They have to win 2 games.
Yeah.
At the very least, I want to see them make day 3.
Yeah, that'd be
because
great.
they never do it. They're probably gonna smash North America 4th seed again.
Yeah.
As they always do, as is custom. Actually, no, they didn't do it this time, did they? No, because they just took NRG down in the lower bracket in the first round.
Yeah.
Either way, they're going to smash someone from North America.
NRG's return to being terrible at LAN. What do you think of the new Avengers movie, and do you think that there are far too many characters in it now? So the first thing is I haven't seen it. I don't know if where you are, maybe it's out, but over here it's definitely not out for another, like, 7 days. The thing I love about the Marvel franchise is that I've seen basically all the movies since Iron Man. I'm caught up in the thing is that they can reference entire feature films in sentences. When Iron Man says nothing's been the same since New York, he's referring to a 2.5-hour film that was about New York. He's referring to the first Avengers movie, you know? And I love that sort of, like, if you've caught up on it, the movie's it's impossible for the movies to be bad because there's all this character there's all these things, all these connotations and implications that you understand if you've seen all the movies that make the movie really good. I'm actually super excited to watch Infinity War.
Yeah.
I'm
really looking forward to it as well. If you're worried about characters in that, I doubt that's going to be a problem for too much longer.
Yeah, there'll be less characters by the end of the movie.
Definitely.
Don't worry.
But I've enjoyed the style they've gone for. Like, my favorite films so far have been Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
And Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah.
Because they both follow that same sort of style of, yeah, we're doing this thing, but it's a little bit more lighthearted. This one won't be that.
Yeah.
But it's been enjoyable of just sit down and just go, this is a film I enjoy doing. Because there's, like, certain films I watch and there's a particular trope that I hate. It's the worst trope in all of film. And it's the lie revealed trope, where someone who's been lying or done something bad towards the beginning of the film is revealed. So you see, like, Big Mama's House or any of these sort of films where they'll reveal, oh, wow, I was never that thing that you thought I was.
Yeah.
And then everyone goes down and glum and grumpy for like 10 minutes, and it's always the same thing for it. And then, oh, wow, I'm going to come back. And I know I'm not the thing I told you I was, but I'm going to be that thing.
Yeah.
See it so many times over and over. It's so boring.
Yeah, so how did you... I think I zoned out reading other questions. With Thor Ragnarok, which that's kind of a whole... That's like Loki's whole thing is that trope of, like, you think I'm good, but I'm actually not.
Yeah, but he keeps doing it over and over.
Yeah.
And it's not like a little... mulling over period, which is, oh, why Loki? They just punch him.
This is the thing now, like spoiler alert for anyone who hasn't seen Thor Ragnarok, at the end of the movie where he's trying to do it again and he's gotten predictable and Thor's like, nah, I'm not this time, bud. Like, I knew you were going to do this, and just, like, zaps him and then leaves, you know? Like, how did you feel about that moment?
I was just like, yeah, boy!
Yeah, just be like, nah, not today, man. But I love the Thor-Loki dynamic is one of my favorite dynamics in, like, any movie. Is like just having these two guys who hate each other, but they know each other so intimately that when they need to work together, they're the best team, you know? Yeah. When they're sitting there arguing about, like, I think we should probably split up, and they're just mowing people down as they're walking to the ship, you know? Like, that's just the coolest thing. I don't know. I did enjoy Thor Ragnarok a lot. Honestly, they've built themselves into such a good place with those movies. It would be difficult for them to make a movie where I'd be like, this wasn't good.
And well, on the other side, DC are trying.
They're trying.
DC did really well with Wonder Woman, and they just didn't capitalize.
I think the thing is that they are trying to play catch up, and they need to stop playing catch up. They just need to let their own thing be their thing. Let your franchise just get started. The fact that they're already through Justice League, and it's like, how long has this franchise been around? You rush through all these terrible movies, and you're like, Groot movie, and you're like, no, don't. Yeah. Like, you know, you haven't even had origin stories for some of these guys. And
I feel like they started too late as well, because they needed to capitalize on the Christopher Nolan film.
But they
or
didn't.
Battlefield. Exactly.
That was the thing. Like it was
They
like
never did anything
they
with
made
it.
a new Batman. You
Yeah.
know, like, and it's like, come on.
They had the most recognizable Batman.
Yeah,
for so long.
Dark Knight was such a good Batman. He was such a believable Batman. You know, and I feel like it was. They definitely went. They saw how good Marvel was doing. They're like, the market's ripe, let's go. But it's like, slow down. You've ruined it. You've made me not like it because of how fast you went. Pierre, we already kind of talked about OCE this season. Wade, are you in Texas? I'm in Houston. I'm from Texas. I'm from Fort Worth, but I'm currently in Los Angeles. So I keep the flag to remind me where I came from. Is there a mirror behind your stream setup? No, this is a... That's just a...
We just put on the best talk show on
Oh, are you
Twitch.
talking about this? No, this is a light. It does kind of look like a mirror from that angle. That's a light that I use to illuminate my face when I'm facing the TV, but I'm not.
That's what he uses as a portal. He just types into it, puts his hand through, and grabs some from the fridge.
Yeah, Rain's second question was, or is it a light? It is a light. Where is Shogun from in the UK, and what football club does he support?
I am from... So I was born in Norwich, which is east of England, and I support Liverpool Football Club, and I can't wait... All right. Not next Wednesday, but the Wednesday after.
Uh-huh.
We might need to change the time of this.
Okay.
Because Liverpool are playing in the second leg of the Champions League semi-finals, and I have to watch it.
We could put it up on the TV.
Dude, I wouldn't be watching. I wouldn't be paying attention at all.
Yeah.
Like, that's how big this is.
What time does it start?
I have no... It's supposed to be like a late kickoff
Cool.
for the UK, but that's probably worse for us.
We can definitely go around it. We could do it afterwards. It'd be kind of fun. We could talk about it.
It's huge. Like, it's legit being in the semifinals of the Super Bowl.
Cool.
For you, sort of thing.
I'll come watch it with you. That'd be fun. That'd be good. I'm
trying to convert Lawler into a Liverpool supporter. I need to show him the time we got beat by a beach ball.
Do it. Sounds great to me.
Someone threw a beach ball on the ground. One of the players kicked the ball. It hit the beach ball, bounced off, and went into the net.
Yeah.
And this is like in 2006.
Yeah.
Like, it's the most ridiculous thing.
That's amazing. Wonderwise asks, is there any overlay plans for RLCS for the next season? It would be awesome to see how much boost each player have, etc. The only thing I'm going to say is I wish I knew, dude, and I totally agree with you. That'd be awesome. Yeah, so I think excited for Super Troopers? Sure. It's going to be a funny movie. My roommates are very excited about it, so I'll definitely go see it, but definitely not something I think about too much. Dark Horse Dream Team for RLCS? Maybe EG. Because like I have trouble looking at anybody in Europe and calling them a dark horse right now.
PSG maybe.
PSG is and that feels weird.
Because that's the only team that's been underperforming.
PSG won our last major though, so it's so hard for me to look at them and be like, yeah, dark horse. But they have been underperforming.
PSG are weird because when they don't perform, they're like such a middle ground team. But I would say if a team was playing at their peak, no team is better than PSG. Like at the very, very best they can do, PSG is the best team in the world.
Yeah, they fall into the same category as G2 for me. It's like either they're mediocre or they're literally the best. You know, it's crazy how they perform.
See, I've mentioned this to you. Words are hard. I mentioned this to you last week. I really want to see G2 against NRG again.
Yeah,
because I don't feel like G2 had quite ramped up at the time they played because it was like week 3.
Yeah,
but now. Oh, what a match. We need to see that this weekend.
Yeah, that'd be great. Speaking of which, NA regional winner predictions. I think NRG right now.
It's hard to go against Perfect.
Yep. So NRG is definitely the favorite right now. Why hasn't anybody given me a free Trigon? Probably because you haven't gotten good yet. But that's okay, man.
You are a little bit garbage.
You'll get there. You'll get there eventually.
We've been watching you, and we were not impressed.
I have not been watching you. I'm going to be completely honest there. Have you guys watched any of the OCE matches? A few, here and there.
I watched last weekend.
It's definitely right after one of our shows, so it's hard to be like, I just watched 6 hours of Rocket League. Let's watch 5 more.
The fact that it ends at like 11 p.m. as well, when we have to wake up at 5:30.
Yeah, and keeping track of 16 teams with, what is that, 30, 40, something, 50 players.
Yeah.
That's like, to add 8 more teams on is just is a lot.
My usual strategy for OCE is I'll pay like a little bit of attention to what's happening over the season, but for the most part I will wait until we know who their 2 are to go, and I'll just go and watch all of their games.
For sure.
Because we have very limited time. We have a region that we have to focus on, and that's what we have to do. It's not a disrespect to OCE, it's just we can't do it live.
There's only so much.
It's not possible.
There's only so much brain power you have to go around in a week. Pierre asks, is the play-by-play only going to last as long as the RLCS is going on? It's going to last as long as Shogun's here. Whenever Shogun has to go back home, that's when it ends. But it was a fun thing to do.
I go back after promotion.
That's right. So, is RLCS your day job? What did you do before? I was a stage manager before this. I worked at the School of Music in Texas, and now it is my full-time job. Yes.
I was a kickboxing instructor.
Kickboxing instructor. So,
And a student.
any upset predictions for tomorrow? It's impossible to tell like how
Fnatic are gonna win.
Fnatic, sure, like or they're gonna lose now because they've had to wait, 72, 40,
Who
100
really
hours.
is? Like Envy and Fnatic are both like 6th and 7th right now, so it's
Yeah.
hard to say either of those.
Yeah. So new regions coming into RLCS, I'd love it, but right now I think that the ecosystem maybe is not ready to support an entirely other thing. We still have we haven't gotten OCE onto the main broadcast or gotten them to an RLCS level broadcast. It's a third party. I don't know what'll happen there, but I'd love to see more regions represented at Worlds. It just make things more fun.
Yeah.
To have more countries there,
Especially after Brazil and Japan slapped the World Cup last year.
Yeah. Do I think that the blackout will affect the teams this Thursday? I don't think it'll. If anything, like maybe Fnatic having to wait, 4 days in between game 1 and 2 might affect their momentum, But like other than that, I don't think
There's
it'll
only
affect
like 2 teams, Fnatic and Complexity, because
Yeah.
Complexity were on fire
Yeah.
earlier in that day.
Yeah.
Complexity don't do convincing wins
Yeah.
ever, but that was about as convincing a win as you're ever going to get out of them.
For sure. All right, folks. Well, this has been fun. We've had a good time. If you've been enjoying the show, be sure to go get involved with the Discord. It's a cool place. ! Discord in chat, and you can get involved with all things play-by-play related, also Punk Bunker related. A lot of fun things there. Any last words, Shogun, before we let them go?
I'll do a quick bit of self-advertising here.
Alrighty.
I released a new video to the YouTube Mega Shogun, which was a Getting Over It video. It's about 5 minutes long. It's probably one of my favorite things I've produced. Make sure you go and watch that because it is very sweary. Do not watch it if you are against swears because I was angry.
Gotta have lots of language, but language means he cares.
I'm
folks.
still not got my monetization taken away on that video.
Nice.
Somehow.
Nice. Keeping that one up. Still making the money there. Folks, it's been fun here on the Play-by-Play. We're going to go. We'll be back next week. We'll probably host somebody here, so stick around for a fun, big old-fashioned raid, and we will see you guys at another time.
You've drunk
Bye-bye.
a lot of that brisk.